because of makeup artistry and, her going to school for aesthetics. She never used it. And I used it like 2 or 3 times, and I was like, "What am I doing? What am I doing? This is too digital." Hey, Glenn, welcome in. But one of the plants I did when we first moved into, I planted butterfly garden plants to start to because they had like nothing. All they had was a huge bird paradise that was out of control that we had to take out. I wish we would have sold the agave that we pulled out of the front yard that was dangerous as heck with the needles that were like this big. It was a huge, huge agave. But, we just needed to get rid of what they planted because everything they planted was overgrown. Okay. But one of the first plants I planted was something it's called firebush. And, they sell them to you and they're like this. And it becomes this very tall over time hedge, like huge plant that could be a hedge. But the butterflies and even the hummingbirds love it. I don't get to see hummingbirds that often. We're not in their pathway. That's a little bit east of me for when they're going down to Central America and I think over to Mexico. Yeah, it's a great pollinator plant, isn't it? But now it's like it's growing back from a stump because we cut it down because it was in the area where my garden was. And I was like, I should have also propagated some and maybe just put it somewhere else. What I'm dealing with, Glenn, and what I was saying was having the pollinators that, the butterflies and the caterpillars like, how am I going to use BT when I need to on my vegetable garden if I have them intermixed? And, should we be separating some of that out? Because I know they attacked your dill. Yeah, mine got huge. Mine was like, I want to say, let's see, the fences, it got to be about 8 feet tall, Glenn.
I think it would be safe to put it in a landscaping.
Yeah.
Usually your vegetable garden is not in your landscaping. Like,
Right.
I think that would be safe. For me, it was a designated area because it's a memorial garden, is what we did for our butterfly plantings.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
What are some of the plants up there that you guys do? And
so
tell
I
them
have I have
what
two
zone.
lists here I can read through. I have what I actually planted, and the reason I got these plants is because it was at our local greenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Minnesota website that is where I got all my rain garden plants, and I can read the list of plants they have for their monarch kit, which is
Awesome.
$109. But so
I
what
bet you could probably get them bit
well, you
by
know how
bit.
that goes. I mean,
Yeah.
you could actually go to a city-ran wild park or a state park if it's allowed in your state and collect milkweed seeds this
Mhm.
fall in the pods and take them home.
Right.
That's free.
Right. Yeah.
So what we did was pincushion flower, salvia, gay
Up.
feather,
Mm.
yarrow, phlox, a dwarf fountain grass, sedum, a yellow coneflower. That was supposed to be
That sounds great.
attractive flowers for butterflies.
Yeah. The yellow coneflower bees will like too. They talk about how they like the flatter flowers for the
I
bees.
wanted things that would come back
Mhm.
after negative 40 degrees.
Right. So your
And
salvia will come back, huh?
I don't know. I
Okay.
mean, it's been in the ground just now. We
Yeah.
have to go through a full winter because this is the country where these are at. It's
Mhm.
blowing winds and snowbanks. This isn't
Mm.
city either. It's a
Right.
whole different climate there than
Right.
here,
There
my
she
2
is.
places.
You want to add yourself, Diva, if you're
Diva
ready, or
is
you want me
here.
to add you? There she is, my
Hi,
co-host,
Diva.
Diva the Dirt.
Sorry, I'm so late.
Marina. Now, for those of you who don't know,
Storms!
who might be watching, um, Diva is up near the igloo, so she's in a different zone too, but it's closer to my
Yeah,
zone, which is so bizarre to
it is
me.
bizarre.
It's so bizarre.
Yeah,
Um,
we don't get as cold as you, Shawnee.
yeah,
Right.
what zone are you in, Shawnee? For listeners?
Well, the USDA used to call us 4B, the part that I'm in,
Oh,
but they call it
oh,
5A now. They're trying to
Oh,
say we're 5A, and I
still
still
up a
grow
little.
by 4B, okay?
Yeah.
Like, if I wanna look for a tree, I try to look for a zone 3, you know?
So it'll survive a bad winter. Is that why
Right,
you do it?
because we
Yeah.
we we don't know. The Minnesota list for a monarch garden is your swamp milkweed, showy milkweed, common milkweed, butterfly milkweed, rough
Right.
blazing star, goldenrod, blue aster, sweet Joe pieweed,
Are those the
bergamot.
lists that you said you didn't plant, but
Sweet
this
Joe
is their
Pie.
list?
I did not plant these,
Okay.
but I would have bought the kit if I known about it. I bought the rain garden kit from this place. It's like a co-op in Minnesota.
Awesome.
And I didn't know this thing existed till after we already had plants in the ground. And I have a big plant budget this year, but not that big, you know.
Right. I know.
So
Plant defensive herbs. Yeah, that's what I want to plant, like a defensive garden for the bugs that not only pollinate, but the bugs that are going to attack the bad bugs, the good beneficial bugs. So I'm glad you brought that up. Yep. Interplanting works well for pest control, but I do keep a lot of veggies separate from my perennials. Things I know are likely to have problems. Okay. That said, I interplant defensive herbs. Yeah. Okay. Along with it, that are going to kind of keep the bad bugs away. Glenn, is that what you mean? Yeah. For us, ours are mostly, like you said, they're perennial. I do want to get a butterfly bush. They have the coral bean, the one that I am sprouting right now, or hopefully will sprout, is the coral honeysuckle, which I'd like to hopefully put over my archway. It's very beautiful. And it attracts the butterflies as well as hummingbirds. And I don't know what else I do have forage. I've got the sorrel, like pretty much anything. I do have what is that? Not the butterfly pea. Where is it? Anyway, I do have like pollinators mixed in, but as far as the perennial ones, I need to work on my perennials because we took out one. That was another one that grew really huge, and I can't remember it, but it's like I can see it, like the look of it. It had these beautiful, tiny, tiny little purple flowers, and then it almost would do like this little trail of beans. They looked like beans afterwards, which were probably the seed pods, but it too got to be about 8 or 9 feet after I planted it, like over the years.
Wow.
So, and that would have been over near my bananas.
It's Dottie, I bet.
So, what was it?
Is that Dottie
It's
in
a
your lap?
doggy.
Okay.
It is Dottie.
I didn't see her because of your name. Oh,
My
hi,
name.
Dottie. Yeah, your name tag thing on this rectangle was blocking her out.
Can you hear them say hi, Dottie?
Hi, Dottie.
Hi, Dottie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
lemongrass. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Viva.
Yeah, she just had a bit too much energy just now, so I just thought I'm not going to leave her in the bedroom, but she is starting to settle down again because she was just like she was talking and blah, 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 and I thought I'm not going to leave you in my bedroom by yourself, so I thought I'll just kind of get her
settled her right down. Look at that baby Dottie in your lap. Oh,
yeah, she's just going to sleep because it's quiet.
So content. I love that. I hope she seem like she's feeling better. If she's clucking and stuff, she seemed like a little bit.
Well, I think she does after she. I was going to say after the drugs, but after her painkillers, I think she starts feeling better. So
right. Yeah, I would too. Hey, Kelly King, welcome in.
Hey, hi, God's desire for me. Thanks for posting on my site there.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Actually, that's what I need to do is open up. Barry, you didn't open up a room? Get your hours?
I did. I am.
Okay. I don't know why it's not showing. Let me double check. I thought that was Shawnee, but I think it's you then.
I didn't click no buttons.
Okay, you didn't click the buttons, then it is Barry. Sorry, Barry. You do. Get your hours.
Like right now. How do I do it?
You go up and there's a button that says, stream this to your audience. Is that what it says?
There's a paper clip
at the very
up at the top right.
Yeah.
There's a little paper clip thing. And you can go and edit it later.
If you don't want to do it tonight, it's okay if you're not
Let's see
ready.
how far I can get here. It's
Okay.
asking me to type stuff in. It says this doesn't exist. I can't do this.
Okay. All right. Don't do it tonight. We'll just do this, and then we'll explain it to you if you want to stay after or can sometime.
I think I have to have some kind of StreamYard account. I don't know. It said ask for your email.
No, usually it's
Oh,
just your
you don't have
YouTube.
us. Yeah.
I don't know.
Usually it goes through YouTube. It doesn't go through StreamYard. It goes through YouTube.
Okay.
Oh, it probably wants which account. Like if you have another account connected to your one email, it'll ask you for like your Gmail and for you to sign in. And sometimes it'll ask you to pick between the accounts because we were having that issue because Eva has 2 accounts and she was having coming
So
in
I
on
have
the
to
wrong
have it
account
choose.
and yeah.
Yeah. Oh, girl dad cooking up deliciousness.
Oh, hey, girl dad. Look at you sneak in while we're talking about stuff.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
It's
I'll bring the camera
it's a
down.
feather baby. It's a cute little feather baby. I want to plant some of that too. God's desire for me. That some
Yeah,
goldenrod and
sorry.
some yarrow. I'd like to see if it would. Glenn, have you done yarrow or know somebody who's doing the yarrow and the goldenrod this far south? I haven't looked into it yet, so I'm not positive. Shawnee and your zone mints would be a great defense planting. There you go.
Oh, I put mint in the ground
Mm-hmm.
because you're not supposed to do that. And I'm currently digging out that area because I'm planning on moving at some point. And man, it's in there. It's everywhere. It's vicious.
Glenn, you're more than welcome to come up and I'll show you. You want me to drop because this is a great topic that you know a lot about. Hey, Gulf Coast Granny, I'm sorry you snuck in too.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing my job. I'm busy petting the chickens.
Okay.
The chicken.
It's all right. I forgot we have so many rooms open. That's if I drop the link, it's just going to go into my room though. But make sure too that you guys have at least a little bit of a wait because the trolls have been
I got
very
20
trolly.
minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I only have I think 10, but I might up it. We're doing good. I mean, I'm doing good, Kelly King. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing.
Okay,
I'm
Ken, we have our
busy.
wild. Hey, Aid. Come in.
Hey, Aid.
Have to look that up then. How to garden. All right, I'll give you a minute to set up, and then I'll drop it for you. So, what are you up? What are you cooking, girl, Dad? What was for dinner? Always got good stuff going on. I got my pumpkin spice I got out my autumn mug because it's like all decorations and hopefulness here because we really don't get an autumn.
Yeah, you had to bring up pumpkin spice.
Yeah, and then as soon as you put it to us, who we're all going, we don't want the fall and the pumpkin spice. We're still trying to hang on. We're gripping summer.
We got like 2 more weeks still.
Sorry. I had no idea that the fire bush that I used to, well, I still have it. It's under vines right now. It also has the berries. Maybe I have no idea because they eat them and I've never really paid attention to seeing them provide food for many songbirds too. And it does bloom almost year round. So yeah, if you're down in Florida, that wild coffee, these are also things for bees. They like it's something called gallberry. I'm gonna have to look that up. Cabbage palm, American holly, citruses. I don't plant citrus because of the greening and the issues that we have with it. Plus, I have a daughter that's allergic to citrus pollen. There's other perennials and herbs. They're saying though to use caution. There's a jasmine called Carolina yellow jasmine. I'm going to try and do the Latin name. It's called Gelsemium sempervirens. It's reported to be toxic actually to honeybees and responsible for reducing colony strength in some areas. Nectar plants too down here are for butterflies are same thing. Firebush again is a big all-star. I think that's why I planted it because it went across the spectrum. Scarlet sage, butterfly bush, lantana, pentas, porterweed, phlox like you planted, Shawnee, verbena, Joe Pieweed. I'm gonna have to look that one up. Black-eyed Susans. And then our host plants down here is the milkweed, citrus, passion vines, pipe vines, parsley, fennel. And I would add to that the tree out back that I have. And one reason why I don't go and just cut that big old ugly thing down is the strangler fig is for the dagger wing. It's a host plant for the dagger wing butterflies down here.
Some crazy names. I did go through, but you weren't viewing, so I'll just Callie King said that's good, you know.
Yay.
And then Aid Story's late because Rob, it's Friday. Expect what?
Yep, I know what's going on over there with you,
And
Rob.
Gulf Coast Granny, she said, my dad, and it should say stray pig show up at his house. Anybody got pig toy ideas? And God's desire for me is with me, hanging on to summer, saying we need the sun for our tomatoes and our peppers.
Hey, Moon over Miami.
Hey, Moon.
Girl dad said rolled some California rolls with miso soup. Oh, you went with a little
good
Asian flair.
For the miso soup. I can't do miso soup.
Florida Wildflower Foundation is great resource for butterflies and pollinators. Gallberry is in there.
Awesome. Thank you.
I just go when I go to the garden store. I just look for the ones that say great for butterflies.
Yes, they have
butterflies, dragonflies, and so then I just go, I'll choose that one. You know,
that's a great.
But like listening to all these unique ones, it's like, well, I want that.
I know you could get really crazy.
Yeah, you totally could. The only problem is, like Glenn was saying, our perennials need to be separated out. Hey, Moon, out from like our annuals that we know are going to have
wave. Oh my goodness.
That we know are going to have issues with worms and caterpillars, because if we're going to use BT, we don't want to be killing our pollinator friends.
And here I'm in my yard. I'm sorry, go ahead.
The thing with dragonflies I found out from DC bees is they eat bees.
Oh,
I didn't know that. Not only mosquitoes, but they will eat your bees. So if you have a low bee population, which I have in my area for some reason, I don't know if it's heavily sprayed because I'm, in an HOA and around other HOAs, I have a low bee population. So I would be careful with the dragonflies. Oh no, Glenn, I'm sorry. Darn it. It's really pretty simple.
I can look.
Once you get it. What was that?
It's in the last place you look.
Yeah, it's in that last place you would never think to look. Try the bathroom on the counter. If you have a messy counter bathroom, be amazed.
I was setting up for my voice lessons, and I always take my mouse and the little dongle for it to my laptop out in the studio. Yeah. And for the life of me, could not find the dongle. Nope. Did a little prayer. Nope. Later that night, I'm putting my daughter's keys back in the key dish. And I went, You put these keys in here earlier today. Where's the dongle in the key dish. Would have never looked. I was looking under my bed, looking under tables, chairs, patting myself down umpteen times going, how can I lose the dongle? I just put it in my pocket. Now it's not here because I put it. Gulf Coast Granny, check the freezer.
Yeah, check the fridge or the freezer. Yeah, I know. I was so sad when I found that out too, because I love dragonflies. I didn't think they like.
But bees. They also eat. But they're also going to eat those wasps. So
yeah, but down here, our wasps are beneficial, and they lay eggs on those hornworms and basically devour them.
Oh, okay.
We have beneficial.
Okay, whatever this new camera is, it makes you look younger than me, Barry. I don't like that.
I know he's got that setting, the beauty setting on it. I think
I'm not using any setting. I swear.
You just dropped down to like 35.
No,
you suck.
Oh, that stinks.
45. We'll go with 45.
Yeah, Aid, you probably have those wasps. Do you have the ones that go into the ground? They're absolutely horrible. Like that come out of holes. I've seen those and they look absolutely awful. Like where people go to mow their lawn and they'll just come out of those holes and get people. I'm like, oh no, don't want it. Oh, good. Okay.
Well, you found it.
All right. I'll drop the link, Glenn.
My whole yard, I mean, I've embraced the fact that the landlord doesn't take care of the yard and doesn't bush hog it or anything. So now I have a Gulf Coast granny. Now
Like
I have like butterflies and dragonflies and stuff in my yard. Like, it's just
because they
that's
have
how wild
food.
it is out here. I love it. I don't care if it ever gets mowed.
It's a matter of opinion. I've got a white. Rob saying they're our friends. Wasps are our friends, Aiden here.
Yeah,
That's a matter
just
of
don't
opinion.
swat at them.
Yeah,
They'll
just
leave
don't
you
swat.
alone.
Well, I don't like it when they do the whole nest thing under the eaves of my house. Like, you can go have your nest somewhere else, not under the eaves of my house. But I tried to give them their place, just like the spiders who creep me out. And I get fascinated sometimes now by the spiders. Ground bees here, they do that too. Attack. Oh, they attack when they're disturbed. That is scary. We share drinks with them. Is that what happens? Do they come down and take sips out of your drink? That's terrifying. I've heard of that with bees where they've gone in people's like sodas and the person didn't know and whoop, right in the mouth.
Yeah.
Boys are in the side chat. Yeah, I know. I got him. I see ya. But so I meant to. Oh, here he comes, Mr. Had a Garden. Let's wait for it. There he is. You set, Glenn? You ready me bring you up? Okay. Please welcome to the stage, How'd You Garden. Also, just reaching 3,000 people over on what was that? Facebook, Glenn?
No, YouTube.
On YouTube? Yay!
Wow! Congratulations!
That's awesome. That's awesome. Glenn's got big.
I crossed that 2-3 nights ago in the middle of the night.
That's fantastic. But you've worked for it. I mean, you like really put out those shorts. I've never seen anybody just go across the platform and boom, 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 so consistently. I really admire that.
The only way they would let me grow was to do the shorts. So
right. And that's what I think I need to do too. I was concerned because I bumped up just by, I think it was by 4 the last 2 days. And I was like, okay, are those trolls for tonight or are those actual subs? Like, am I going to get trolled? But what have you done? You said you keep pretty much the perennials separate. I know you have the space. When I said that, I just watched the numbers drop. I just saw the numbers drop. That's funny.
I do interplant within my perennials, but I have several beds. Last year I let them kind of rest, but I have several beds that are just specifically for tomatoes, cucumbers, things of that nature.
Things that would get worms and you would need to, or really caterpillars. A hornworm is a caterpillar that you would need to possibly use BT on. You keep them separate.
Correct.
Okay.
I use as little as possible.
Right.
When I stopped using it in the perennial area, I had a lot of predatory bugs move in. It took like 2 years.
Okay.
So now I've got bugs like assassin bugs.
Awesome.
That just hang out over there.
Okay.
And
now, are there certain plants that those assassin bugs like that you've interplanted, or they just came along because the food was there, the other bugs that they like to prey on?
They basically came when I stopped spraying.
Okay. Yeah. I've seen that with the spiders. Like when I just did less, the spiders took over too. They're all over the place in my garden now. The crab spiders, they make me think of the 70s when I was little and seeing them in the screen, like in our pool area when I was growing up. What I wanted to say is to do the streaming to your audience, Glenn, you would put it in the top. There's a paper clip or it says stream to your audience. You click it and then it should open it up for you on your channel.
And then you just have to fill in the title and stuff like that and then press
It'll
stream
open
and
a
it
link
just starts.
and it just starts. And then Diva and I were able to learn how to do it through J3. J3 taught us what to click and
Oh,
stuff.
look at the pretty
StreamYard.
bird.
And I think that might have been in our settings, Diva. Was it like, I can't remember where the original place was. Was it, hold on
For
one
what?
second, side chat. For
what?
where we learn the box that we checked off, so that would arrive at the top of our StreamYard so we could do that.
I have it on a list there. Okay, do have it.
Okay,
I do have that.
you do have.
I do have that.
Okay, you have it clicked for
Awesome.
when you go live. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, whoops.
Yep. I didn't hit it, but it's there.
Yep.
So
Okay.
I almost never use my StreamYard. So
Yeah, and right now I don't know how long I'll be using it. They just bumped us all. My $10 went up to, it looks like 25 or more. It's going to be.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they just combined the lower all into, it's called Core, but I don't see it listed yet. I just see two listed, the really expensive one and then the $25 one. And they gave us a few little new things, but
They did that to me when I was trying to join because of my camera registers as 4K. They said, if you'd like to take advantage of, higher definition, give us some money.
yikes, Rob. That's crazy. Yeah, Aid said, no, not amusing me with the wasps. That's just you, Rob. You're amused by wasps. They said they had a bunch of them in their office. That's scary. So, but you have about how much property do you have? Even though you're residential, you got in early, Glenn. So,
My actual lot is only 1/4 of an acre.
still, it's good.
But I utilize the 1/4 of an acre next door. I utilize the 1/4 of an acre across the street. I utilize 1/4 of an acre down the road.
Okay. Now,
and then I actually have 1/3 of an acre, about 45-minute drive from me.
Okay, now are those like what we've talked about before? Some of them gorilla to where they can come in and strip them again, or because I know they stripped out an area where you had gorilla gardened a bit that was wild, and I remember hearing
some of them are. Others, I have an agreement with the actual property owner to allow me to be able to do things.
Good,
because it's his extra lot.
Yeah.
And that particular gentleman bought 5 lots on one side of him and 2 lots on the other.
Mm-hmm.
And when his kids were younger, he had a racetrack for them to ride around on their ATVs.
Wow, what a cool dad.
Well, his children have grown now, so it's just woods. So he lets me plant over there.
Awesome.
Wow, that is awesome.
That is. That's a great way to add land. Like if you have that ability, is other people's yards. I've seen that with fruitful trees. Paul does that too. His neighbor lets him use his whole backyard and he plants like a bunch of fruit trees in it besides his own. It was funny because he did this one video that he was talking about how he has to leave some grass for his kid. Like his wife was like, no, you got to leave a little area for our kid to play in. Like, so he's not running into a tree. And I'm like, I have the same issue here. I've got to leave it. Plus, I'd have, the grass man. I think he would die if I ripped out the grass and put like, perennial peanut down. I think he would absolutely just have a heart attack and keel over.
A whole circle the wagon thing in the backyard and leaving an area for the kids. But everywhere else is planted.
Right.
In some fashion or another.
I've heard here that mimosa is invasive, but it's also very useful as a medicinal plant. Do you keep any? And then if you do you keep it? How do you keep it under control?
All right. Well, there's several different types of mimosa.
It's the silk
depends
tree.
on which one you're talking
about.
about.
The silk tree, not the sensitive plant. The silk tree, the bark and the flowers are great for tea. For natural antidepressant.
Is the mimosa? Is it mimosa? The mimosa pudica or something like that? Or am I in a totally different?
Look, no, you might be right. because your
Because
daughter
I
probably
have a
knows about it.
teeny tiny one growing. I'm just going to add the what are they called? The assassin bugs. I'm just going to.
No. Mimosa pudica that's the sensitive plant. No, this is the mimosa, the tree. It's also called the silk tree.
Also known as
yeah.
a bottle bush.
I have
Oh,
those
okay, yeah, it is.
in
That's
my
right.
yard.
And they had those.
Oh,
at
these are
Butterfly
different
World.
kinds of
It's
of
an
them. Is there?
absolutely beautiful tree, but it's highly invasive, is what I heard. But I'm.
Well, I've
Can
personally never
you
grown
scroll?
it.
Okay, you
Sorry?
haven't grown it. Okay, hold on.
Mm.
I've got a picture of it. I'll bring up. Yeah, I was considering it, and I was just trying to see how I could keep it. I don't want to do anything that is invasive in Florida, of course. But I want.
My grandmother has had one in her backyard for over 30 years, and it's only ever been the one. So
Oh, okay. So I wonder what is going on with that then, why they would say it's so invasive. I wonder if it's just in certain areas. There's something feeding on it a lot and dropping the seed everywhere, but I'll check the University of Florida again and see if they've changed
Yeah.
any of that.
really sure there. I've never seen one in the wild, only ones that have been planted. So
Exactly.
maybe it's a little further south.
Right. Okay, let me bring it up so people can see. This is the flower. That's what it looks like. They're absolutely
pretty.
beautiful when they flower, and then they have that sensitive plant type of fern leaf.
Wow.
Let me get back to the Etsy page so I can show the tree. They have, I think, that's the baby tree. Let me get up. I had the big tree, and then here is big tree in bloom. It's really a beautiful tree.
Pretty.
But the flowers and the bark are supposed to be really medicinal, very calming. But I mean, you could probably use passion vine. It's very similar for that, like what Laura was using it for, like calming of the nerves. It's like a nerve tonic, basically. You're making a nerve tonic to level you out, calm you down. The mimosa, though, is supposed to also make you a little happy. Like it's supposed to be like a little bit of happy.
Yeah.
So I want
I do know some people that make a jelly out of them. They take the
I've heard
flowers and make a tea and then make a jelly.
Ooh.
And
Yeah,
I
Add to my
have
coffee,
had that,
please.
and it's fantastic.
Is it like now? What do you do with beauty berry? They don't have like really much of a flavor, but I hear people make jelly out of that too. What does that even taste like? Because when you
It tastes like whatever sweetener you used.
yeah, that's what I figured. It just tastes like whatever sugar or sweetener you use. Oh, it's everywhere in her subdivision. Yes, it's a mood lifter. Exactly. It's
That's a
not
nice
just
way to say it.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
God's Desire, for me, for picking up that card on my Rolodex brain. I had a most in my backyard at my old house. It spread in width, but it didn't overtake the creek bank. Okay, good. That's all good stuff. Thank you, guys.
Dottie's moving a bit. Moving a bit now.
I might just order some maybe organic bark and flowers and try the tea and see if it's worth cultivating, because I really need room for fruit trees. I'm very picky about the trees. I've already taken down because I have such a small space. It's really just the perimeter of my backyard. Taken down the Jamaican strawberry that everybody's like, oh, I got to get that when I get to South Florida. It's a huge, fast-growing tree that gives you. They're nice little berries. They taste like cotton candy, but if you don't have the space for it, it's a very large tree, and I don't have the space for it. So I took that out. I took also the tropical almond out because of the spread going horizontally on like a horizontal plane. I was constantly just walking into it, and I was just like, you know what? I don't have the space for this one either. I need big fruit. I need mangoes. I need bananas. I need something that's going to feed my family, and maybe a
For
different
some
nut.
reason, I see Carol out there with a machete. Heck, can we get it?
Well, I've pushed over papayas too because of the papaya fruit fly when I first start growing them. Glenn gets great papayas. I don't know what his secret is, but he gets some really great papayas growing. I just hate that fruit fly. with a passion. I bagged some of it though, like you've said, and that's helped. But yeah,
So
it's
Glenn,
just not my favorite.
Glenn, do
Go ahead.
you, with all these different allotments that you're using, what are you doing with all of the food you're growing? Are you selling some? Are you just storing it? Are you preserving it?
Yes.
All the above.
Love it.
His kids do a little a veggie table. I've seen them help him sell
Cool.
the garden
He's got all
fair.
the bases
Well,
covered.
Garden goods. Go
We
ahead.
do the veggie table, and I also have a deal with a local Asian grocery store where I can bring things up there, and there's a lady that runs that'll sell stuff for me.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Um,
That's
I
so
actually
awesome.
just saw my bananas at where we went today. There's a local place called Bedner's down here, and they're like an open market where it's open on the sides, but you're covered. All kinds of fruits and vegetables, and sometimes they'll have local stuff. I went there specifically hoping they might have sugar apple, but I'm going to have to probably head out to Loxahatchee to bump into those before it's season's completely over. But do you know how long your sugar apple season goes? Because you grow them too, don't you, Glenn? You have sugar apple.
I don't have any in my yard anymore. It was taking over that spot, but
Oh, okay.
now is when they would be done.
Yeah, okay. So it's almost over. I might miss it. Darn it. I really want to try a red sugar apple and just even a regular one. I've tried, some of the other, with my soursop and the other one I mentioned last time that you
I've
said
never
was
heard of a
really
red
good.
sugar apple.
Yeah, there's one too that's like now is a sugar apple and a custard apple a variation or the same? Like are they separated?
They are not exactly the same.
Okay. Because there is a
Or
red
known
custard
as.
apple. Go ahead.
There's also an orange one.
I've never seen the orange one.
The
What have
orange
you
ones
done?
are kind of rare and almost went extinct. So, from what I understand, one person managed to one in a home garden and start air layering them and getting them back out to the public.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, it doesn't. Shawnee, do you know how to share a picture? We could teach you that tonight.
Which
No,
one
she
are we
knows.
looking at? The red
The-
one?
Let's try the red one. Let me take your comment down. Yeah, I couldn't remember if she shared stuff last time she was up. Do the percent. It's usually present, share screen, and it'll.
Yeah, she
show
was
you.
the one that
So
shared the
this
bugs.
Oh yeah.
This is red custard apple.
Yes, that's it. I want the one that actually is supposed to taste a little
Wow.
bit like raspberry-ish,
Wow.
but it's very mild. Like what they said about the soursop tasting like this or that, it was so mild. Like you couldn't really taste those other fruits.
This
And
is
then
so
taste
foreign to me.
soursop. Yeah, the red inside one I would love. The red inside and outside.
Yeah.
Now,
don't
I
know.
recommend
It's
you start
amazing.
that or you buy a known variety of that
Okay.
versus starting it from seed because I took a whole lot of the red one seeds and planted them
Right.
and got a whole bunch of green ones in return.
That's what I was wondering.
So
Okay.
each one is pretty much different, just like most fruit trees from seed.
Exactly.
It's something like 1 out of 1,000 will be a red if you planted from a.
Okay. I
If you
think.
planted from a green, it's like 1 in a million.
Oh, cool. God's desire for me. You are on those seeds, girl. Just all over Dan's Food Forest. I think that's where I found out from you that he was selling stuff, I think. You and I both had something. We were talking about it. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Truly Tropical was grafting this mango season. She was saying, they would have them ready pretty soon, but not, she was just grafting them when I went and visited her for some mangoes. So I need to actually call and email them and see if they're going to do the red custard.
I know somebody up here you might be able to try. I can send you their name privately because honestly, at the moment, I can't remember his name. Well, I can remember
Um,
his name. I can't remember his nursery's name.
Okay. I wish I could have gone to the thing with David the Good, but the drive, I would have to stay over. We just can't afford that right now. And I would have to have all the, both kids with me, and my one daughter is, she's working now and everything. It's just hard to arrange everything. But David the Good was doing one up there at Scrubland Farms. And I so want to go and get the Rachel Mulberry. Did you get that yet? The Rachel? I just love that
It's just
story.
a matter of time.
Yeah. I wonder though what the Rachel Mulberry is. Like, is it a red? Is it like what kind of mulberry? Because they were saying it was a large tree that they both used to eat off of when they were kids, him and his wife. Like, can you imagine? It's just such a cool story. Such a cool story.
Well, being in South Florida, where it came from, it's probably a red,
Okay.
but there's a possibility of it being a black.
It could be a cross, right? Can they do that? Can the
Could
mulberries
be,
cross?
yes.
Okay. Because
Yes,
they
they
said
do.
it was so different than their other mulberries. Sorry, guys, if you don't know the story, David the Good and Rachel actually kind of grew up together. And I think that was in Broward
Should we
because that
go
was
to bed
his
now?
food
Oops.
forest. Are you you're going to put Dottie
I'm putting
to
her
bed?
to bed. I'll be back in a second.
Okay. Good night, Dottie. You feel
She's
better.
quiet.
Oh. But they used to, I guess, ride their bikes, and this tree was in the neighborhood, and they used to eat from this tree. And then the tree was destroyed, but a friend of them had actually gotten cuttings from it or something, and now propagates it. I don't think it's a white mulberry, because David might have mentioned that if it was a white.
No,
I don't
I
see
do
the.
remember him talking about when he was a kid, about her coming and getting him to go to the
Mhm.
blackberry tree.
Okay, so it was a dark.
And
Mhm.
that implies that it's either a red or a black.
Right, right. And I love the ones you sent me, and was it best ever? I always forget the name.
That's Bryce Garland's World's Best. It's a Taiwanese red.
Bryce Garland is his name. Okay,
Bryce Garland.
world's best. I love it. It fruited already for me. Just small bit,
Yeah,
and
it's
and it was very like good. Like it was just mild. It didn't have like the tart after. Like sometimes the Illinois gets a little bit tart. No, this was just so smooth, so good for just eating right off the tree. I could definitely get some stained hands in the backyard once I figure out where I'm putting my mulberries. That's the other thing. I want like a hedge of mulberries. I love mulberries, but right now I've just got them in a
good one to make a hedge out of. It's a bush variety, but it gets bigger than the Illinois dwarf everbearing.
Oh, okay.
So,
Mine's
I mean,
huge.
mine's about 5 years old, and I'd say it's about 12 foot tall, and I'm going to be topping it this year.
I should send you a cutting of my Illinois dwarf because it's doing things that it shouldn't be doing for Illinois dwarf. That thing is the same thing. It's about 12 to 16 feet tall, like the new growth off of it from last year. But I bent it. I went up, bend the whole thing down because I'm going to cut them. So I bent it to harvest the mulberries. Go ahead.
There are two types of Illinois everbearing. They're both from the same guy.
Okay.
One is an Illinois everbearing, and one is a dwarf Illinois everbearing. The Illinois everbearing came out first.
Okay.
And then from him planting seeds, he came out with a dwarf variety that was almost identical. The only way to really tell the difference is to wait until they're 5 or 6 years old and see how big they are.
Yeah, this one keeps wanting to be a big boy, so I'm thinking I got the first one. He wants to be a big tree. Although the trunk still is like, it's about this, and I've had it. But no, it's only a 4-year-old planting in the ground. So 4-year-old. It's definitely.
Well, if it is a true dwarf Illinois versus the dwarf Illinois only lives for about 5 years and then dies, where the Illinois will continue living 25 years.
Okay. Okay. This does not look like it's slowing down. If anything, it looks like it wants to be a full-size tree. That's why I'm trying to move it, because it's right next to my jackfruit. And that's kind of overshadowing the jackfruit. So,
Go ahead and clone a few, set them to
Mhm.
the side. That way, if it dies when you cut it down, you've got some clones.
yeah. I do have one clone, but yeah, I haven't really been taking good care of it. I just threw it in a pot and it just takes. I have to say that about that mulberry is I killed it twice in the beginning. I didn't. Malachi yanked the whole tree out. Hey, Mike's Chaotic Garden, welcome in. Yeah, we don't. I
Sean,
haven't seen.
what zone are you in?
She's in like 4
Talking to me? What?
zone. You're in
Yeah,
4B?
what zone are you in?
4B.
4B.
So
You're in
foreign.
the frozen white north.
Yep.
I'm in the north. Yeah.
Yep.
There was a mulberry tree growing in some property behind our alley, but it got snapped. But I took some cuttings from it, and I got one to make leaves. But I don't know where to plant it because we don't want it at my offsite garden
Right.
because they're messy and they're big, and I need to put it somewhere guerrilla style.
Yeah.
My front yard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just drop it in Barry's front.
I mean,
yard.
I could ship it to you. People ship twigs to people.
Yeah, they do. They ship cuttings. That's what I was thinking of with mine. Like, but I needed to know what it is to ship the cuttings. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, it's an Illinois
Just
store.
right outside this window right here is one of those freaking annoying Bradford pears. It's about 4 foot tall. And
That's the same as Shawnee, Mike. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Your Bradford pears, which are horrible.
no, it's not good. It's not going to stay there. It's too close to the house. I don't like Bradford pear trees. So.
Right. Yeah. I know Homestead
Chainsaw that thing.
cannot. Yeah, can't stand them. Hey guys, welcome in. Welcome in,
David
David
Corey.
Yeah, they must be in the same zone, just about. Mike's and Shawnee had the same thing happen. Was 4A, now 4B. Might be even 5A. Wow. Okay, wait, you were 4B and they went to 5A, but you're planting to 4B still. That's what you said. Okay.
Shawnee, something you could do with that is something that I've done here is there's a park nearby called Wickham Park. I took a few mulberry trees out into the park and I chose ones that were native to this area, but those are still there.
That's awesome.
I enjoy it. I'm over there watching the kids getting the mulberries. It's hilarious.
Oh,
There's 2 county parks that I know of that I go to, and I think I could squeeze one in there.
I should ask I have a neighbor that's actually got a lot off to the side of her house, and she has a sapodilla or sapodilla tree that everybody hits. So it's like, it's kind of common area, but I did ask her one time because my son loved to climb it, and we're done with that because that's the one he somersaulted off towards the lake that is behind their houses across the street. I was like, yeah, no, not with gators around. You're not aware of what they can do. But yeah, she's got a great sapodilla. It tastes so good. But everybody is like after it as soon as it blooms because it looks like it's in a common area. But she's like, no, I planted it. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry if I ever took fruit from your tree. I thought it was a common area. She's like, no, it's fine. So I should go ask her if she wants any of the mulberry too. See if she'll put some in there and just make like a little food forest for the neighborhood. I really would love to see that happen. Hey, welcome in, Andrews. Northwest Coins. Thank you for coming in. I know it's like everybody's saying hi to each other. I keep forgetting that we've got other rooms open and you all might be not seeing each other. Say hello. David Corey said hello to everybody when he came in. But Maureen, I wanted to ask you, I saw the bridal wreath plant today at a local nursery. Is that the one? Do you have a bridal wreath? The white flowered one? You do.
Mm-hmm.
Now that one is the one that's
I think so.
Nice.
It doesn't have any scent. It's just really, really airy and.
Is it like viney?
I'll see.
Like,
no, it's a bush.
It's a bush. Okay, it turns into a bush.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
I'm just going to
Malachi was
look it
having,
up just to see if that's what I have.
I'm going to get the photos off my camera. We were taking pictures today. I also wouldn't mind getting one of these, but I don't know if it's worth having. It's the Starshine Pagoda is another butterfly bush, and
Oh,
also the hummingbirds like it. It has that kind of tubular flower when it does bloom. They're really tiny blooms. You can't hardly see them blooming, but it's like a little tubular flower. And this is Malachi today near the blue salvia. There was a butterfly, and it was funny. Hold on, let me rewind it. Let me see if we can start it so you guys can see it. Did it start? He's doing the butterfly
yeah,
motion.
it started.
He's like telling me there's a butterfly.
Mhm.
But it was beautiful. I think it was a monarch. But yeah, this place had, the ground orchids, which I would love to have along with, food. But they also had this is a variegated bougainvillea, but still, again, no
Ooh, I
smell.
like that.
I do too. I would love two of them for around my garage. The other thing they have, I've never seen this one. It's called Esperanza Tacoma, but in the background, look at the flowers, Glenn. It's
Oh,
like
that's lovely.
isn't that beautiful?
Wow.
Okay, here's the bridal wreath. It's called Stephanotis bridal wreath. And it had the little white, almost jasmine style kind of tubular flowers on it. There's kind of flowers.
Yeah, my leaves are not quite like that.
So maybe it's just part of the same
You know, it's a
family,
different variety.
like a different
Mhm.
variety. So what
Mhm. This
what
is
plant
this is
do
the
you
one that I
Oh,
have.
it's
They're
gorgeous.
like this.
Oh, how pretty. But it has no scent. See, I want
No
something.
scent.
What's the one you said
Yeah.
what's the one that you
Mine's
enjoy?
probably more like this one.
How pretty.
But it gets fully white, but it's like mine kind of has that where they really drip over and very, very
Mhm.
gentle, like,
Very wispy.
small.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Be
it's
great
really,
for a
yeah, it's
moon
very, very
garden.
airy.
Be great for a moon garden like we talked
Mm-hmm.
about before with those white flowers.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the one you say it always smells so good, but it's like only I think it starts at the beginning of
Daphne.
spring. The
Daphne.
That's right.
Yeah, a particular Daphne, because I think there's a Daphne that's invasive, but this is a Daphne.
Oh, we lost Glenn.
This is a Daphne that it's just on its own, and it's just absolutely exquisite first thing in the spring. Nothing else is, growing, and yet you can. Why do I smell such beauty in the death of
Yes.
my backyard?
That's what I want too for our yard. That's where I'm struggling. I have that one archway right now, and I have
Mhm.
the coral honeysuckle. I keep forgetting the name of it. Yeah, coral honeysuckle. He's back.
Oh, here he's. Yeah, I'll bring him up.
Okay, and
Sorry about that.
it's okay.
Mhm.
I just don't know if I want to commit to that over the archway, or is there, and you might know, Glenn, where I could get a rose that could actually handle South Florida. I know there's one down in the Keys that's a climbing rose that it's like a rare one though. Some lady actually had brought it up from the Keys. It had belonged to
Oh,
her.
well, there's quite a few roses that'll handle Florida if you plant them correctly.
Okay.
I actually used to have a pretty extensive rose garden before the county came by and sprayed it with Roundup.
Oh,
Gasp.
horrible.
It depends on what your purposes are for the roses. Are you more interested in tea roses or just flowers?
I'm more interested in it climbing and the flowers being over the archway with a nice scent. So
Okay,
scented
then I'd
and
recommend a Don Juan for you.
okay.
It's a very it's a red climbing. And another one I'd recommend is called what is it called? Something girl.
Okay.
Oh, it's It's a lavender climbing rose.
Ooh, pretty.
And
Something like purple. and
it's also in the tea rose family, but it's a climber. And
okay.
I had quite a few of them there for a while. Interesting story. I'd ordered one for my wife from a nursery out of state. They were running a sale, buy one get one free. So I said, sure, I'll take two.
Right.
Well, they ended up messing up the order, and I kept receiving boxes with 2 roses in it for like a month, and I ended up with eight roses.
Wow. Wow. And did they charge you though for that their mistake, or were you able?
Only charged me for 1 rose.
What a happy accident!
Bonus.
Total bonus. Wow. She must have been floored. Like, 'cause it's like you wanted to surprise her with 2, and
I was like, I just wanted 1. I have to look up the exact name of that one,
okay.
because I have it in my gardening stuff.
Okay.
Because I plan on getting them again.
All right. Just message me when it pops up in your brain.
I'll just
along with that nursery
journals and go through, and I don't know if I wrote down the nursery, but I know I wrote down the exact breed.
Okay. Yeah, I can look for it once you know the name. Yeah, I totally get you, Andrew. It's up at 7. My son ran, grabbed the door, and slammed it open. I was like, okay, I guess I don't need my alarm this morning. Just a almost slight heart attack. Yeah, it sounds like a good day. Yeah,
the Don Juan roses are a Spanish descendant rose that can take the Florida heat.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, but what about like blight for down here in our humid climate and stuff, like the yellow spot and all that? Are they kind of resistant? Not blight, it's the yellow spot fungus, I think it's called.
Enough airflow.
Okay, so trim it so it has enough airflow, and it'll. Okay.
If you do have a problem, copper fungicide.
Okay, I have some of that because of the mangoes. Hey, Serena, I took out a card to send you some of those seeds, and of course I put the seeds aside somewhere, and I will find them, but I need to get tiny little baggies. Do you guys know if the Dollar Tree still carries those like little baggies that look like drug baggies that we use for seeds? It's like, no, this is for seeds.
I can't answer that. I haven't been in one in like years.
We can call them craft bags instead.
What?
We can call them craft bags.
Yeah, little craft baggies, but they're like plastic zip baggies. Well, I'm sorry, Johnny. I live in Florida. It was the cocaine and crack capital of the world for a while.
I've got a stash of baggies.
Yeah.
Well, I bet you do.
Oh, you mean the mellow out baggies? Yeah, for the mimosa. That's right. It was. That's what it was. What's a good vining rose? Is there a thornless vining rose that you know of, Glenn? That came from David Corey. He's in Texas, so his can something he handle the heat.
I know which one you're talking about, but I don't know the name off the top of my head.
I think they're supposed to get a little sweet with frost, Serena. The daikon or the icicle radishes. Can't they take a little bit of like frost?
What are you doing?
So
squeeze me.
I'm positive. Yeah, let me look it up. It's a thornless climbing variety. Okay. Shawnee, you said you planted roses, or
I have a rose. Campfire rose.
Oh,
it has thorns. It's a bush, not a vine or climber.
Okay, like a tea rose, or
it's just a bush. It doesn't produce a rose hip, but I use the petals. I dry the petals and use them.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Thornless climbing roses. David Corey, are you zone 9? They have a zephyrine. It looks I think it's how you say it. Zephyrine. Hold on. It's beautiful. This is what I would love. It's like all variations and shades of pinks. It's so pretty. Hold on. Oh my gosh. It looks like not real. It looks like Beauty and the Beast kind of garden. Like off a movie. Let me see if I can get it. Did you find one too, Shawnee?
I have Lady Banks rose, Peggy Martin,
These are the thornless
Prairie.
varieties.
It says it's thornless. I don't know.
Get out of here. Okay, got it. No, none. All the pop-ups want to happen. It's so pretty. This one's,
Central Texas Gardener, Lady Banks rose.
This one is Zephyrine Druin. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. That's why you're getting that sound in my voice. Druin. Zephyrine. But this is just, it looks unreal. Wow. Well, I want to move. Can I just move to the English countryside, please, and have an English cottage garden? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just babbling away thinking I had it up there. La 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 la. It's so pretty, like Beauty and the Beast pretty.
Wow.
And then the oh, see, but I would love too something that's scented. I really want a nice scent. I love roses that smell like roses. I'm not big on the roses that smell spicy, that are like real spicy. You know what I'm talking about? Like sometimes some roses get almost like a pepperiness to them.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Yeah.
Yeah, mine
I think
doesn't.
you would like the Don one. It's perfume rose.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that to look for perfume rose. Duh. But those
I
are
have a wild rose growing in my back
Is anybody else hearing Carol break up a bit there?
Did I? Might be my signal.
Well, it was. Well, I'm wondering if it was just me because I think Glenn also was kind of getting like bubbly when you're
yeah,
talking.
I think we're all getting kind of hit a little bit. I wonder if it's the solar.
I did not hear a glitch in sound or audio.
Okay, so it's me. It's just me. Sorry, I had to go watch a short about why not to eat Pringles ever again. So, but then it's like, I don't know if it's true.
I know, and I love those things. I can't have them because they have corn in them. They're a mixture of everything, and
palm oil,
and then they make it into that. Yeah, all kinds of bad oils. But they're so delicious.
But it's one of those things that somebody will bring them, and you're like, oh, I haven't had Pringles forever, and I shouldn't, but I'll have. But it's like, I don't know.
I'll have one, and then it's like half the can is gone.
I'll have one handful.
Yeah, right. What do plants medicate their wounds with? Salvia.
The last can of Pringles I had, they were like the dollar version, the short one.
Mm-hmm.
They had no flavor to them.
Oh, I hate that when they're stale. Yeah. We have 5-week-old feral kittens. Oh my gosh. And they are people friendly. If you want to come to Norman, Oklahoma and get any of or all of them.
Yeah.
I would love
to start walking right now, Serena.
Serena, when I finally send you seeds, just give them my address and send them to me. At least one. Not all. What do you call a sick vegetable? A horseradish. I think it takes 1 ton of rose petals. Yes. Yeah, not even a pint. I think it's not even a pint. It's even less than that, Aid, because both Diva and I have used Young Living oils and their rose oil. I think it's
5 mils and it's over $100.
Yeah, I always wanted to get it, but I was like,
nah,
I can't commit.
You know how many other oils I could buy for that $100?
Yeah. No. And that's the 4th dimension like I wanted to talk about, because other than just pollinators, like can we choose pollinators that also have that fragrant to create that 4th dimension to like Diva on her videos or just talking to us when she's got that plant in bloom, the Daphne. Oh, it's so nice out here. I can just smell the Daphne. Like it makes it that much more enjoyable. Like it just creates that atmosphere and creates memories too. Like
absolutely, because you could be working really hard and going, oh, and it's like, and I'm not getting anywhere, and then you just all of a sudden you get a waft of this smell, and it's like, oh, I love that smell, and it's like I've changed my opinion about what I'm doing right now.
Right?
So
Yeah.
yeah.
How it does
Right
that.
now the magnolia is just exquisite out there. So when I'm walking up, on my deck to the
Ooh.
door, it's just like, beautiful scented scents of the magnolia. Or if I'm in the front, because it's right in this corner right
Right.
here. So the front yard is there, side is over here, and so it just wafts
Now,
everywhere.
I used to work for a family for a very short time, and they lived on the water down here, but out around their patio area where the pool was on the intercoastal, because they were rich. They had all beautiful gardenias, well taken care of, but that smell at night, like sitting out there, it was so fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But they get like riddled with bugs down here, absolutely riddled. What? Oh, you'll have to share the 12 cent categories with us. That sounds awesome. Oh, I
I
love
have a good
that.
plant suggestion for you, Carol. If you
Okay.
want something that smells really good,
Yeah.
it's called a sweet almond.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. Now, but is it going to
It-
be real big, Glenn?
It's a bush.
Okay.
It can be cut down to normal bush size.
Okay.
It
Is it
tends to be a night bloom, but not always.
okay?
And the smell is very.
Like honeysuckle or like a
It's very, very sweet. It's kind of like mixed between honeysuckle and like night blooming jasmine.
ooh, that's awesome. I'm gonna have to look into that. I forgot all about the sweet almond. Thank you for reminding me. Because I would like to
There's
plant some of those
one in my
things.
neighborhood, and I always know when it's blooming because the whole neighborhood smells like it.
Ah, that's awesome. It just carries like that. I love that. Yeah, I was looking at the jasmines and didn't realize there was so many different types of jasmine. Just in this place today, they had like 4 different types. Let's see. There's
Well,
the
most of the jasmines are things that are sold as jasmine in Florida is not actually a true jasmine. Like
oh,
night blooming jasmine, nightshade family, so you can't use it for tea. Confederate jasmine, not an actual jasmine. The yellow jasmine you were talking about earlier, not an actual jasmine.
right. That's amazing. Yeah,
So
then the common names are deceptive then, and that's a shame.
if you're going to go by the common name and you want a true jasmine that'll grow in Florida, what you're looking for is called Arabian jasmine.
Okay, let me get back to it. This is I hate it when it just starts on its own. The ones they have, it was Downy Jasmine, Jasmine Sims,
Okay.
Pinwheel Jasmine was the common name, and I think there was one more.
Can you bring up pictures so I can identify them?
Nettie Jasmine was the other one. I can try. It's on my phone. Let me see if I can email it to myself. And Star Jasmine was the other. They look so similar. Oh, it is Arabian. They have it. Did you say that's the one you said, right? Arabian?
Arabian jasmine is true jasmine. It originated in the Indus Valley.
$10 Arabian Jasmine. They have it.
I highly
Here,
recommend it. I have one.
Yeah.
It wants to be a vine.
Okay. That's the plant. The
Yeah,
other
that's it.
one. Okay. So I can go back and get that one. But it'll give off the jasmine scent and you can use it for tea. Is that what you were saying? Like from?
It gives off the jasmine scent.
There's
You can
Star.
use it when you use it for tea. You're not taking the flowers and making tea out of the flowers, and
Okay.
that's a common misconception. What you're doing is you take the flowers and you put them in a jar with your tea leaves or tea bags, and it scents the tea leaves, and then you make your tea from the tea leaves.
Oh, okay. And that's the flower on that jasmine. I don't know if that's Betty or Nettie. I missed the sign on that one because this was video. Plus, I wasn't sure if I was allowed to video in this place because I'm videotaping their. This is the pinwheel. It's cut off, but the flowers, if I can get it on here, do look like a little pinwheel. Hold on, I've got it. It's a really pretty flower.
Yep. Pinwheel jasmine is also one that you don't want to make a tea out of.
Okay.
It has some interesting effects.
Oh, cleansing possibly. And then this is the Sims jasmine. Okay, so I want to stick with the Arabian then as the safest. Okay. And then the downy jasmine. They look so similar, so I can see how people could make a mistake and just not know. That's so scary. Okay. I'll take myself off a pig. Almost removed.
Yeah, that
myself.
was a rabbit hole I went down one night when I was learning about Japanese and Chinese teas when it came to the jasmine tea.
Yeah, I used to love that at Tivana. They had the jasmine tea when I was sick. Hi, cousins. Oh, howdy. What?
Hey, yo.
Hey.
trouble.
Yep, trouble
What
is
is going
right.
Well,
on?
hello there, Robert.
Man, we got how to garden in the house.
I know,
Woo!
right?
I'm
Awesome.
so tickled to see you, brother. How you doing?
Doing good, Robert. How are you?
I'm all right. I couldn't stand it, man. Y'all up here talking about jasmine. That's like my favorite thing right there.
Oh, I like this idea. Shawnee's teaching us the different scents. They categorize scents. Like I remember the skunk cabbage driving through PA certain times a year.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee. But this frankincense, and myrrh's in that category. It's like frankincense definitely has its own warm scent to it. I like frankincense. Myrrh, not so much. Myrrh is like antiseptic to me, the smell. But that's the point, is that's what they were used for the skin.
I would love both in my collection.
Yeah, I would too. They have them at the extension service down here. Mouse Botanical has a frankincense in their garden. I've seen I think 2 that they have. I don't know if they ever, sell it to the public or not. Yeah, theirs are poisonous too, I believe. Lily of the Valley. They're beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, but I believe they're poisonous. Same thing with moonflower and angel trumpet. I'm not allowed to have in my garden because of Malachi, because he will possibly yank them and then stick them in his mouth. The other one
Well, moonflower has been used as a what's the right wording for that?
to trip balls.
Yeah, I just didn't want to put it that way.
I used that term today because somebody was talking about basically those kind of things and helping with people with medical issues and stuff. And I was like, I said, everything goes through a fad where it's like, this is the be all and end all thing. It's going to cure everything. And it's like, then you get on the end of it and it's other people have tripped balls to where they saw some really, really bad stuff. And they don't tell those stories. They keep them over in a corner. But that was the same thing with the angel trumpet. The kids believed that, made a tea from it, and it killed some of the kids who did it. I don't know if they were down here. I forget where they were in Florida. But Theron wanted nothing to do with angel trumpet after he heard about that. He was like, nope. Not that, we're going to go.
We had some kids up here smoking Datoria, the devil's trumpet. And that was an issue there for a little while.
Oh my gosh.
I have the Datoria.
That's a gorgeous.
But it smells like peanut butter.
Weird.
It's very weird. I've got them in pots, and I did have a friend who, used it for recreational purposes. And the one time he said, I definitely took too much. He said, I had to crawl. It was, I'm sure he was on that verge of, you're not breathing anymore, buddy. But
it relaxes them that much.
I think it was so the psycho in the brain. I think what he experienced was very, very scary for him.
A little real.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what's happened with some of those situations. Like somebody in the
Hello,
side chat
Dark
was
Paul.
saying, if they're going to do that, it should be in a clinic. Like it should be, they need to be watched if they're using it for purposes of like trauma and getting rid of pain. If the trauma is basically
Hey,
deep within
perfection
them,
bacon.
causing, the fibromyalgia or the physical pain, about how they need to make a clinic. Fruity pineapple sage. Oh, fruity is the smell. Pineapple sage, magnolia, tulip. I've never smelled a tulip have a smell.
The kind I have don't smell.
Yeah, I've never
Well,
had a tulip that
They
did.
just smell. They smell.
Let's
Kind
see.
of.
Greenish. Like
Yeah, they don't
Because
really
it
have.
doesn't have a nose.
Same thing with I haven't had a smelly iris either. Same thing with
Sorry, Serena's rubbing off on me.
honeysuckle. Yeah, all those scents. I love citrus flowers, like when the citruses are blooming, but unfortunately my daughter would get sick. Oriental lilies, phlox, gardenia.
I've
like
got
those.
oriental lilies. They just so wonderful.
I like those too. Yeah, I
They're
have.
just short, so short-lived.
Lovely, but they bloom so short.
Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes ours just
Same with the lilies.
get swamped out down here. They just don't end up blooming. I get the green and the swampiness.
The variety you want for here is called Miami Supreme.
Oh, okay.
Almost all the other ones die.
Go ahead.
It
Okay.
sounds like cannabis.
I had some great. Yeah, it does. I had some great ones, and then there was a little bunny that was loose in the neighborhood, and I thought it was the cutest thing until one day it had gone through my whole bed where all my lilies were, and it was when I learned that they eat lily bulbs, and they eat your lilies. Dang it! Honey scent would be privet, sweet alyssum, and hydrangea. Yeah, definitely can't grow hydrangea way down here. They just
It burns.
it just dies from
Okay.
our heat, I guess. I don't know what kills it, but it's like you bring home a hydrangea, it seems like from any place, and it just dies. It dies. I don't even know how to keep them alive once you remove them from the store. I don't know if there's a secret, but you never see them growing down here, like in people's yards or anything like you do in the Northeast. Because when I was younger and I was a nanny,
Ultraviolet here.
What was it?
They can't take the ultraviolet radiation here. It kills them every time.
Yeah.
You get up in North Florida and it grows everywhere.
Yeah, that makes sense, Glenn, in Northern Florida. What'd you say, Homestead Aquarius?
I've got a couple of questions.
Yes, sir.
First question. Was I
Yes.
really loud whenever I popped in here and said hello?
No, you're
No.
fine.
Okay.
You're
'Cause
good.
I was a little worried about that sometimes. The microphone picks up too well sometimes.
Nope.
Number two question.
You're good. Yes, sir.
Second question. Might think of another one too. So
Uh-oh.
my
Here they come.
second question. It's like three wishes a genie gets, right? I got one more question.
Yeah.
All right. I have done very well with Confederate jasmine.
Okay.
I don't have any now. I finally managed to somehow kill it back during the harder years. Okay. I had two of them and they were wonderful. I love those things. It smelled incredible here. Okay. That's Confederate jasmine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Will real jasmine grow in my area up here, this far north?
Yes, it
Right.
will.
Nice.
Is there a certain kind I should look for?
What's zone?
Well, the variety that is true jasmine called Arabian jasmine. It will grow all from Florida, anywhere in Florida, all the way up to southern Tennessee.
Okay.
So you shouldn't have a problem where you're at. For you, though, I do know that they have a variety that is slightly more hardy to the cold. And it's actually really nice because it's a double flower instead of the single. But it'll just be called a double Arabian jasmine. It does need some protection. You just trim it down toward the fall and cover it with a whole bunch of leaves, and it'll come back next spring.
Okay. Now that sounds pretty good. Do we have any native jasmine plants here in America?
There are no true native jasmine plants anywhere in the Americas.
Okay.
What are they, mostly from Asia? Like jasmine, where does it come?
True jasmine is from the Indus Valley in India.
Okay. This is
All
so cool.
others.
Go ahead. No, all others. What was that? All others, no?
All other true jasmines came from those, spread through Asia. Got their hands, the Portuguese and the Spanish got their hands on it and then spread it through Europe and the New World.
Okay, through trade.
Where did Confederate jasmine come from?
Hold on one second. Shawnee is putting all this great stuff. Like, if you guys can go back in and like look at it, it's great that she's been writing in the side chat. But I think this is so neat about the plants emitting their odor for protection, attraction, and life cycle disintegration. So that's why our bugs know when they're not doing well, is they're putting out a scent into the air. And I've heard this before, but for those of you who maybe watch this on the replay and you're new gardeners, if you have a plant that's just covered in bugs, they may be putting out that scent that they're dying, that they need attention, that the soil needs attention, and that's why you have those bugs. Or you've given them too much of a nutrient, say like nitrogen, and it's drawn in the bugs that want to eat all those young leaves, and it's struggling. But I thought that was so cool, all the things that she's putting in the side chat, all the different smells that we can bring up to our gardens. Thank you for doing that, Shawnee. That was wonderful.
I can read 2 examples of this quickly. The tomato plant, apparently if it's starting to get attacked by that hornworm, there is a fragrance that it emits, and it's going to try to get that wasp to come that lays an egg on it. It has a defense mechanism. And then the other one was the goldenrod. So if it starts getting attacked, it'll put out a scent to tell the other goldenrod, save yourselves. It's a warning that there's pests, and there's something that they do to help strengthen themselves.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Stranger danger.
Stranger danger. Yeah, stranger danger. Serena, I'm sorry I had to skip some of it with some of your stuff. I'm going to try and go back and read some of these. Let me just read a couple. What do bakers always have growing in their gardens? Flour. Let me see. There was another one that was cute. But when we're talking, it's hard for me to read those and read what's going in the chat that goes along with the subject. Did you hear about the bee that was allergic to honey? When it ate some, it got beehives. I thought that one was cute. Thanks, Serena. All right, go ahead. It was about Confederate jasmine, you were saying, Homestead Aquarius? If it's the true one or not?
I was asking. He said it wasn't a true jasmine. I was asking, where did it come from?
Okay.
It came from southern China.
Oh.
It's not a true jasmine, but it came from southern China and Thailand.
Okay.
It's. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good. You're still clear.
Okay, I lost you for a second. In Southeast Asia, southern China, Thailand, Cambodia, those areas, it's a rainforest, but it's mountainy. It was found in the jungles there. Originally, the Chinese used it for trade for perfume, and they would distill it down to make perfume. Once again, it got here via trade. It made it to the United States originally by coming up through Mexico from the Spanish.
This is so good. This is what we were talking about earlier today, and just planting gardens and like memory gardens, but also making memories too with our children doing it. When odor excites the neurons in in our nose, electrical signals travel to the olfactory bulb, then to the brain's higher cortex and the limbic system where emotions are generated and memories are stored. That's why too, like you can smell something and it's like, it smells like that loved one, and it'll draw out a memory. It's just so unbelievable. Music is that way too. Music can bypass so much and go right to your emotional core. It's unbelievable. Just the
And your
combination
memory.
and your memory. Exactly. It's just, yeah, amazing. Amazing to me. Which herb do you want? Which herb do you want to grow or keep in your pantry to, what's that? Deep more hours or minutes in your day? Time. Oh, to get more hours in your day? Time. Hold on. Yeah, that sounds disgusting that you mentioned Gulf Coast Granny. The stinkhorn plant.
The
Blech.
octopus thing.
Yeah, the octopus stinkhorn. It smells like rotting flesh. No, thank you. I think I'll skip that one for my scent story. It's almost time for hurricane lilies to show up in my yard too. I have them, but they don't have a scent. I have the rain lilies. Is that a variety? Is the hurricane an Asian lily, or is it a variety of like what we have here with the rain lilies? I don't even know where the rain lilies come from. I just got them. Somebody gave me those and gave me amarilla bulbs for free off of one of our neighborhood, things where you buy and sell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. We have to grow hydrangeas on the north side of our yards here. Oh, okay. So you guys I wish we could grow them. Oh, what I was going to say is where I saw the most beautiful hydrangeas was when I was a nanny. And I got to stay in the Kennedy's home up in Hyannisport. They rented out what Jackie and I think it's John Kennedy, right? Their place that was up there near the compound. They rented out. And these people I was working for rented it out. Most gorgeous, like periwinkle light blue hydrangeas all in front of the house as you go up the stairs. They were huge and gorgeous. Oh my gosh, they were so beautiful. But that was my little brag on hydrangeas story. That's very cool place. What did the cologne say to the perfume? Don't marry me. I haven't got a scent. North. Oh, and in the shade. Okay, so they don't fry like they do down here. Lilacs grow in the great in the north and smell great. Lilacs.
Yuck.
Yeah. OTN was backing up. Welcome in, TN. They have no native jasmine. Ladin's favorite flower, jasmine. Okay, let me see. Confederate jasmine grows everywhere in the south of Mississippi. Oh, thanks, David Corey. We're trying here. We're trying. It's great to have Glenn up here. I forget, did you complete the Master Gardener and do your hours too, or did you complete the Master Gardener and just didn't get around to doing your volunteer work, Glenn?
Oh, I completed all of that.
You did the volunteer too.
I completed that
Long time.
94,
Yeah, you did.
5, somewhere in that area.
Wow.
I actually stayed involved with them for a good while afterwards, but eventually started to have a breakdown after every person that walked up to me at a fair where we were asking questions. Literally every single person in front of me for 4 hours, the first words out of their mouth was "my tomatoes."
Wow. That good. I think hurricane lilies are similar to oh, okay. They're similar to spider lilies. Thank you.
And I'm still loosely affiliated with the Master Gardeners. I know a lot of the Brevard Master Gardeners.
Awesome.
I have contact with the Osceola Master Gardeners. I still have some contact with the Orange County and Seminole County, and
wow.
But it's
you're OG.
a loose affiliation at this point.
Right. Yeah, I know some other OG gardeners with Florida kind of had some issues, I guess, with some things. I don't know what happened there. I know now they are moving more towards food plants, but still not as much as they could be for gardens. But our extension service has a pretty nice garden with fruit trees and all different types of bananas that you can walk through. But like back in the day, it was mostly people wanting to grow flowers and ornamentals, right, Glenn? When you probably started,
There really was a big push for that. There was a belief that you could not grow standard vegetables here because everybody would plant in the spring and then they would die.
Yeah,
We've got one master gardener in particular to thank for the change of thought on that, named Tom Cummings. If you ever get to see him speak, it is worth your time. He's written books. He had a television show on public broadcast for a while. I was fortunate enough to underneath him for a short period of time.
Oh, nice.
And fantastic vegetable gardener.
I will look into him. I just wrote it down. Hopefully I will remember where I wrote it down this time because, yeah, I lose things. That's amazing. Yeah, because I knew back then that's what it was mostly about. It was ornamentals, flowers, landscaping. It wasn't a lot of the vegetables growing. Yeah.
I have way too much knowledge for citrus because they push a lot of the agriculture classes I took was citrus or cows.
Oh, okay.
So,
wow. Is that basically what they were offering back then? If you wanted to grow into food, it was either beef or citrus because they were our industries, or thank you.
Those were your choices.
Wow.
With minor study in tomatoes, specifically greenhouse hydroponics.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so they weren't even growing them outside back then. That's crazy.
Well, when the greenhouse, what they really meant was filtered sunlight houses with shade cloth.
Yeah, shade cloth houses. That's what I figured would do better here, is a shade cloth house. Oh, that's right. Serena needs to read lips. I forgot about that. I'm sorry, Serena. She's almost done.
The only reason at all that they went into the tomatoes here in Florida with a push through the master gardeners was because of NASA. NASA did a big push in the 80s for hydroponics and to get things worked out with being able to do hydroponics in preparation for us to be able to do it in space. They were offering very large grants to anybody that was willing to set it up.
Interesting, because that's like right when we're going up to Epcot and seeing all that hydroponics in the land up there.
Disney got a huge grant for that.
I was going to say, that sounds familiar. Sorry, I need a little lip balm. Wow, I didn't know that background on it. I had no idea.
As a matter of fact, Pure Produce, where I've been going and working on the tomatoes, they got their start from all of that.
Yeah.
And that was 1984.
I love that, Shawnee. Say that one more time. I was reading what Shawnee said.
Pure Produce, where I've been going and working with the local farmer that does all the hydroponics.
Yeah.
They got their start with their hydroponic farm and their tomatoes due to those grants in 1984.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They are still running a lot of the original equipment that was built on that property.
No, he's not
They've
saying there's
expanded.
anything wrong with it, Tian. He's just saying that's where they were really starting because it was part of their space program that they wanted to grow it in space. So they wanted all the information for their program, and they were using other people to do, I guess, a lot of the background gardening right? Like the
At that time, they thought with the hydroponics that you could. Yeah, at that time, they thought with the hydroponics that you only needed NPK, and they discovered that you needed micronutrients, 16 different micronutrients to be able to run a hydroponic system.
Wow. I had no idea that our state was behind a lot of that. I had no idea that came from NASA and our state was behind a lot. Well, I just didn't understand by the way you emphasized nothing wrong with that. When should I stop pruning the asparagus? I forget. Serena, what zone are you in? I forgot. Yeah. We'll have to have somebody, we'll have some maybe people come up. If I can talk Mike and GT to do a hydroponic session up here, Mike's gardening. We could really get into that because they're great at it. They both do it a lot. When should she stop pruning the asparagus for winter? Anyone know?
Yeah, I don't prune mine. Like once you've finished, I let the fronds just grow. And I think that what they're doing is, all the little fronds are taking in all of the sunshine and getting it into the roots. And then once it's dead, then you cut it off like for the winter kind of thing, or you could cut it off in the spring so that the new ones can come.
Okay. I just couldn't answer that because I'm not growing it yet.
Yeah, once those fronds have turned brown or yellow.
Yes, but you shouldn't be cutting it.
No, I don't know what pruning asparagus means.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming she's probably meaning the fronds.
Okay.
Because it's like it's kind of a spring. It's a May, like depending on your zone. It's a May vegetable that comes. It's one of the very first, vegetables that comes up, which I think it's partly for our bodies. Like we actually need whatever asparagus carries, like after coming out of the winter.
Would you think that the frost will just take care of that pruning? The frost will just kill the fronds and they'll fall on their own? Do you know?
Yep, sometimes. And also when you're letting the fronds go, they do start to make their seeds, right? Yeah. There will be little seeds on them, and so you can harvest those. I don't up here, but I know that there are some other gardeners who harvest them to plant more, but I just got the crowns, so.
Yeah, I planted crowns for the first time, and I think if the fronds have seeds, it's the female. But I'm new to the asparagus growing. I don't know the full cycle yet.
Yeah. It's like if you quit harvesting it, the next ones that come up, they will continue to grow and then they will make their fronds. And I just let them go all through the summer, but if you're cutting it, then it keeps thinking it has to grow, more. And then, and I think, yeah. So.
Yeah. I think she means the initial setup though. If she's already gardening, it's just the whole initial setup. But the nutrients and everything, and then your baskets. But the buckets and for your water, Charlotte, you can definitely get at bakeries and you can get at restaurants. People have talked about even getting like pickle from delis, the pickle buckets, and using them with a top.
There's so many things about gardening, and especially hydroponics that people say. I'm here to tell you, you can start gardening in any way you want to, and it don't take any money hardly at all. You buy seeds, and nature provides what you need, or you can just not throw it away and start growing with it. You know, whatever it is that's going to go in the waste basket or whatever, you can grow stuff for nothing except for the price of getting seeds. Nothing has to cost you anything with gardening. You can do it so cheaply. The people out there in third world nations sitting there growing their own food, and especially like Cuba, I guarantee it, they're not running down to the local Home Depot and Lowe's and expensive garden shops, you know, spend a lot of money to grow their own food. Growing food in many ways doesn't have to cost you hardly a dime. And hydroponics it can be very cheap. It doesn't cost much at all. Now it depends.
What about the
if you
nutrients,
want to be
though?
if you want to be well, if you want to, you know, that's not going to cost you much money either.
The nutrients.
And the nutrients hydroponics go a long way, but I'm not the expert. TN is of anybody here. TN or how to garden would be the expert on that. But a little bit of nutrients goes a long way. And now if what's his name? That Cajun swamp rat, Cajun hydroponic. There's somebody that can tell you.
That's right.
How
yeah, I
cheap
didn't
it
think about having Cajun up. That would be a good one too.
He's got people that are begging him to start back gardening now. Remember, did you see his post on Facebook?
No, I didn't see it.
Anything. It's like a little bit of that.
We have a question in the side chat.
What?
Anybody? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll just tell you right quick. You can. It's like when they are dormant. So ideally, in the spring, just before the soil starts to warm, or before the spears start to shoot. Or alternatively, you can transplant them in the autumn, just as the tops are dying back. One suggested method is lifting the early spring whilst the ground is still cold and storing for a week. So and then planting as the soil warms up. I've moved mine, I think, anytime.
Okay.
No.
I just wanted to. She was sitting there with that question for a bit. Very good.
So sorry about that, Robert.
Yeah, sorry, Robert. You don't also have to. You can do Cracky method, Gulf Coast Granny with just even herbs right on your counter. You could look that up. It's very, inexpensive. Christmas. Yeah, I think I saw pictures of one that you did one year, and it was very, very tall and growing really quite well. I do not use hydro to be able to speak about it when I grow indoors. I use soil.
Thean's got a bunch of stuff he's growing, and I have seen on several occasions all the stuff that he's got. He's got a February overwintered from last year. Tried to kill it a few times, him and nature itself. And I think it probably tried to exit the stage one by itself anyhow. Yeah, I don't know, but it made it and is producing all kinds of stuff. But that was another thing that somebody brought up a while back, a couple of years ago, and they were famous for saying that hydroponics uses so much more water than in-ground gardening. Now, mind you, I like all kinds of gardening. I like seeing people gardening all kinds of ways, in-ground, in containers, hydroponically, however you want to do it, in the bed of your truck, whatever you want to do,
in a kiddie pool.
Yeah, but what's the name said that hydroponics uses so much more water than in-ground gardening. I'm like, well, there's somebody that obviously doesn't know what they're talking about, because hydroponics uses a tiny, tiny fraction of in-ground gardening water, but it can cost you any amount that you want to do something. If you want to do it, if you want to grow a tomato, like somebody that's got an unlimited budget and they're making awesome content and they're doing all, then yes, it's going to cost you that admission to get in. If you want to grow food, grow tomatoes the way that somebody in a third world country would do it, and it not cost you any money at all, you can do it that way too. The point is what are you wanting to do, and how are you wanting to do it? Are you wanting the tomato, or are you wanting everything that's not the tomato?
Right. Wow.
Right?
Johnny,
How do
that's
you identify?
yeah. That's a great fun fact. 1 inch of rain on 1 acre is 27,154 gallons of water. Wow. That's amazing. You don't have to recirculate it. You could, the cracking method, basically the roots do the work of your plant. The plant does the work for you and aerates itself. Hold on. We just
With
went.
hydroponics, with
Yeah.
with that, it can be so many different ways.
Right?
Yeah. Doesn't
Yep.
have to be anything. It can be many things.
Let me see. 1 inch of rain on a 40 by 70 foot roof collects 1,743 gallons. So that was
Yeah, gallons.
wow. Then take that, add hydronutrients.
I'm gonna have to step down. My phone is about to die, and I need to plug in.
Oh, totally understand. Glenn, thanks so much. I'm glad you came up. And then, yeah, ask Diva and I any questions you want if you're going to do panels or something coming up. We'll be happy to help. Okay.
Awesome.
You go.
Greatly appreciate that.
No problem. All right. Thanks so much, Glenn. Appreciate having you on How to Garden. Please check out How to
Good night,
Garden's
Glenn.
channel if you haven't already. Good night, Glenn.
Glenn is a smart dude. He knows some gardening.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I knew it was back, but I didn't know it was in the 90s is when he actually got his master gardener.
Yeah, he knows some gardening. I'm going to jump down too. I just had a couple of questions. What?
What? No,
What?
No, he just,
no. We're holding you
he
here.
just taps and runs.
Just hold it.
That's all it was. I had two questions. Now do you know? I had two questions. That's all.
There you go.
Mm.
Yeah. So then that's one type of hydroponics right there. Look at what she's saying. Homestead before you leave. I have plants in the bog filter of my pond. The water flows over the roots. They look really good. And I put them in there 2 years ago. No maintenance at all. Yeah.
That's right. But I will tell you what, I've got a lot of episodes that I want to make. They're stuck in my head.
Right.
Including some I've already said I'm going to have out in just a few days, right? And that was been a few months ago. And I will say this: moving water is incredible. Okay,
Right.
the power of moving water, moving oxygenated water. I've already said that in like way long ago episodes in my hydroponic stuff. Not that anybody really paid attention, but hydroponics where you're using highly oxygenated water is magic. It is magic for your fish or no fish, but it's magic for your plants. It is incredible. I'll say that. It works very, very well.
That's great. I know David Corey, but he's in Texas, so different, zone TN. He was harvesting some. I didn't recognize them at first, what they were. And I asked him, and he was saying they were his Scotch bonnets. He just did a video where he showed his, I think it was a shorter video. I'm not sure if he's still here in the bushes or not, but yeah, nice harvest.
I saw him earlier, and I was wondering how he did with the watermelon wars. Has that been declared over yet?
No, it ends next month. I saw him pull a watermelon, but he didn't weigh it in, I think, the short that I saw. And I was like, where's the scale? I want to see how much that one weighs. At least. Just show me.
I had one that was like 60 pounds already, and I was pretty excited about it. And then I messed around and fell and busted it. And it's all for the good, though, because it would have been at 60 pounds, I would have probably took it at 80. And that would have probably hurt David Corey's feelings if I had a won. So
that was this year. You had one growing that was getting that big.
yeah. You didn't. I didn't send you the pictures.
I I miss those pictures. I need to see
Yeah.
that. Wow. Well, I need to get some of those seeds then if it busted open and any of those are good.
Yeah,
Please.
these were miniature. Yeah,
I mean,
because I'm that good.
you're that good. They were supposed to be like a sugar baby, but they ended up being like a sugar daddy.
Yeah, it was very big.
Carol, there's a
Oh, I am so sorry, Serena. Yeah, Homestead never shows his face. And I know Glenn sometimes smokes, so he was being courteous to not be on camera because we're not allowed to smoke on camera on YouTube. I'm so sorry, hon, that you have to rewatch certain parts. That's some hot sauce. I don't know what I missed. That's some hot sauce.
Hey, Carol.
I should try to grow a tomato in the filter. Hold on. Let me just hold on.
You want to see an update on the butternut?
Yes. Oh, you're here. Hey, David Coy. We were just talking
David
about
Coy.
your Scotch bonnets that you harvested. Was that, I forget if that was a video or a short. I saw that in, sir. Oh, hi, Mr. Butternut. Aren't you handsome?
Ain't it
How are
pretty?
How are you doing as far as are the vine borers staying away?
There's nothing bothering it. That's what I'm surprised about.
Thank you, Shawnee.
Mm-hmm.
You're so helpful. Appreciate you, girl. Oh, Serena appreciated that.
Barry, when you do harvest this and when you eat it, maybe it'll be next year since these have a really long shelf life. Save the seeds from the inside and plant it again next year since
There you
it's
go.
in your area now.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Look
I've-
at David Corey's reaction to Homestead dropping it. I'm glad you fell. Really? That's nice, but I'm glad you fell. I think he means
That's
I'm glad that
evil.
watermelon fell. It's so cool. Sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
Shawnee, I actually, I figured out what I did. Yeah, I actually did plant pumpkin. They're in the same container. So there's pumpkin coming out the left side and there's butternut coming out of the right.
All right.
So fingers crossed. I'm seeing like buds on everything out there, but it's like hurry up and wait.
When does your frost come? November?
Yeah, right about mid-November, I guess.
Okay.
Something like that.
Serena, we were talking about how David Corey also had a nice harvest, and he just told me one of what I saw with the peppers was shorts. That's why he's answering shorts. Thanks, Shawnee, for doing that. How do you turn a fruit into a vegetable? Throw a watermelon up into the air, and it will come down squash. That's right. That's right. Happens every time, 100%. 100%. Girl does it with his deep voice.
Ain't that funny about falling?
Mm-hmm. No, I think he means his watermelon. David Corey sends like bunny rabbits and everything. Yep, Barry's got a twofer.
Barry's lucky. I mean, David is lucky that I fell and busted that watermelon.
Yeah,
He's lucky. He knows it. Yeah.
Somebody's going to knock him off the throne eventually.
yeah.
Somebody's too.
What happened,
Sorry
David?
to hear that you fell. Wow, cracked ribs. How many stairs did you fall down? Oh, okay. What listens and transcribes? I missed that. Hi, Perfection Baking. What was it that listens and transcribes? I missed it. It's not in my side chat for some reason, what it was. I'm sorry you cracked your ribs. Yeah, why did you fall? That's a good question. Were you drinking? What happened there?
We could speculate all kinds of
I
scenarios
know.
here.
We can like make up all kinds of stuff. Was it that you see like something in the woods? Why can't the melon get married? It can't elope. Uh-oh, there you go. All in capitals. The title will stay in Texas.
Eventually, somebody will knock that crown off, sir. I'm not saying it'll be me, but it'll
There you
happen. You know,
Drink your bone broth. And
Luck-
he knows
luck
all
can only go for so long.
true. I think it's more than luck though with David Corey. He kind of
I
knows.
know. I like David. I just like picking on him sometimes.
I know.
Just remind him. Just remind him, you know.
Talk crap for water.
People are coming at you.
David's fun.
Stuff when rains in it. Gotta power wash that stuff off, Tien. That's what we do down here in the algae state. Get a pressure washer. I mean, I know you're injured. So I know
TN found him.
yeah, I'm so sorry. What was that, Homestead?
TN found him a little bit of old man out there.
Mm-hmm. Right?
He was wearing his shoes. Yeah.
What do you call it? The chore list a melon gives her husband? A honey-do list. Yeah, that is awful. Especially crap with crap your ribs. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Crack your ribs is terrible. That's right. Oh, whoa. What do I need to what are you talking about over there, David Corey? An app called okay, it's an app called Otter. Oh, all right.
Oh, ouch.
Wow, ouch. 5 days. That's not like you. On the do list. I know, isn't that cute?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, good job that you rested. Your body needed it, especially after cracking bones. It's no good. No good at all.
Yeah, old men falling down. That's not good.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Old anybody falling down is no good.
And cracks are sometimes hard to see, too, if there's inflammation. They didn't find it on my sister when she had a cracked pelvis. She went to the hospital. Okay, blue girl. Blue girl. Oh, great. Now, where's my pen? Are you serious?
You're going to have to tie a string to that pen.
I know.
And take it to your desk.
It's called.
TN said he fell so hard it knocked his man bun loose. That's what he told me.
Wow. Oh, my goodness. Gonna have to get special shoes now, I guess.
I thought I felt the house shake.
Back door and trip me. Oh, that's horrible.
I'm gonna be quiet.
Oh, not on a concrete porch. That it does hurt so bad. That's horrible. Oh, thank you. That they work well together because they're falling all over the place, David Corey, or our panel works good. Like Otter is an online AI software app. Oh, at a free level. It transcribes conversations in real time. Oh, how wonderful. Watch live on tablet and then read transcript in the phone or other tablet. Oh, okay. So you have to have another window for it where it transcribes it. Someone pull it up.
You know what that window would be called?
I'll go get it, Carol.
Are you sure? Okay.
You know what that,
the panel.
that window would be called? That little otter train? It'd be called an otter box.
Yep. Otter box. Oh, it's beautiful.
Is this what you're talking about?
I think that's a winner. That looks like a winner chicken dinner there, Howdy Garden. He said
Lilac
it's like,
rose fragrance.
yeah. Oh, and it is fragrance. I'm growing Twilight tea rose. That sounds really pretty. Hey, a little fish in the kitchen. Welcome in.
Welcome.
Oh, just a little bit, but you're fine. I hope you got sleep, and that's why you're a little late. You're fine. That is an awesome rose, Glenn said. Your Twilight tea rose.
Well, Glenn really does have a lot of knowledge, and he's been at it for a long time.
Oh, I'm sorry, Anne. Yeah.
And Shawnee, now either her mutant ability is to Google stuff really fast.
Right.
She's got a lot of knowledge. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now she might be an X-Man. All right. She
Or
might be
both.
some
Yes.
kind of cyber, mutant ability there right there. But I think that she probably knows a few things from what I'm seeing. And I've been seeing some stuff.
I really enjoy research, and sometimes it sticks up here, and sometimes I have to check my notes.
Right.
Uh-huh.
That's me too, but I'm not as fast as you. Neither is my girlfriend here. We watch you in amazement. We're just like,
and just how much you actually do retain. I have a hard time remembering. Your name's Maureen, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, Anne. Hopefully you can catch up today with a little bit of rest. I grow a rose called Angel.
You got all kind of stuff falling out your brain, man.
What was that, sir?
Wait till you have a couple of strokes. Get you
A couple of strokes.
Oh wow!
You
Well, I'm not
hold
taking that.
stuff,
Nope. Jesus can give
I'm
that.
not planning on it. Not planning to add that to my list of to-dos. So
canceling that curse. Thank you very much. Canceling that. No, thank you. That
Well,
looks
you
like.
got to make it a curse. It was a joke. God.
Oh, I missed the joke part. I'm
I
sorry.
gotta get out of here. All right.
Okay.
Don't be hostile about it now. I gotta go.
Don't be hostile.
I told you.
We both maybe need Snickers.
2 questions. You asked me to stay. All right. That's on
of
you.
course. No, don't say that. I'm glad you came. Thank you for joining us. I'm sorry I can't understand sometimes when people make a joke or are being sarcastic with me. It's like, it's got to be
This
obvious.
is Robert we're talking to.
Got to be
That's
obvious
my
tone in
superpower.
there, or or capital letters in what's written. I don't know.
Hey.
All right. Thanks,
Y'all
sir.
be good. I'm enjoying watching. Y'all be good. Keep up the wonderful, entertaining show here. Okay.
It's good to see your eye.
You.
Thank you.
How wonderful.
Okay.
I wish I had a family member that knew about roses. Didn't have that. And my grandfather was long gone by the time I grew up, who knew how to grow food. I have a second butternut squash growing. Yay! Good for you. Oh, sorry. We both hit it at the same time. I bet you will, Anne. That's going to be me tonight. I took a little nap when my husband came home. Oh, go ahead. You click then. I'll take a little break. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm behind. Sorry, guys. Oh, so it does use a whole screen. Okay. What's that rose called, Tian? That it'll change like a hydrangea. It sounds like how you can change the hydrangea's color with what you put into the soil. Like whether the soil is real acidic or if it's base, it can sometimes change hydrangea's colors. These are pink and look different from the usual roses. Ooh, I wonder what they are.
Are you coming back on to click?
Oh, no, I thought you were doing it. That's why. I agree with Shawnee. Go ahead and take your rest first. That's what's more important. The first angel face rose I ever bought and grew was nearly 40 years ago. I will always have her in my garden. Okay,
Wow.
While you're clicking, I'm going to go look up angel face. Is it a climber or is it like a tea rose? Oops. Not as fast as Shawnee. Ooh. Oh my. Wow. Okay, I can see why.
I have to go out of this now. I have a child. Okay, bye.
Yes, I see that.
All right. I will see you later.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night, we won.
We know what that's like. Have a good night. Okay, hold on. Yep, that does happen. That happens to me on my lives too. Hold on, I didn't do the sharing thing. You've got to see this. This is an incredibly beautiful rose. Oh, stunning. Hold on. Let me come back to you. Ah, there it is. It's so gorgeous. It's called Angel Face Floribunda.
Wow.
Yeah. What a
Like that.
beautiful, gorgeous color. Oh my.
Wow.
Okay, so it's a bush variety, right? Oh no, it says the
It says
climbs.
climbing shrub.
I
Okay,
don't care. I want that in my yard.
I do too. What have you
Mm-hmm.
done? What have you done to us? This is where it is. Sweet Garden USA, I guess, on
And
Etsy.
does it have a really beautiful scent too?
Yeah, Gulf Coast Granny. Is it lovely to smell also? Because it's absolutely stunning. Wonder if I can grow it. This darn pop-up is ticking me off. Okay, there we go. Oh, I could just stare at it. And I see why you will always have it. All right, let me see what I can. I grew
Wow.
a lot of yours and will again when I have a chance. Yeah, that's where I had the yellow spot going on the tea roses down here. Floribunda and climbing varieties. I don't grow tea roses unless they are exceptional. Yeah, I don't like to grow them down here because of the yellow spot. I I need to move to your zone, Glenn. Just there's so many gardeners and nurseries up where he's at.
Mm.
Okay, you get either. It's either. Okay.
I've lost track of how many places Carol wants to move to.
I know. I just want to live in a mall. I really don't want to move completely out of South Florida. I just don't want to drive in it. I just can't figure out how to get that done. Like, get places with a driver that is my driver alone. Like, I don't also want to have to take, a different driver all the time. And I definitely don't want to take the bus down here. They're nuts.
Mm.
It smells better than it looks. What? It's gorgeous. How
Wow.
long do rose seeds? I know it's a rose seed. I would rather it was the root.
A cutting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, just
cutting
even
of,
a cutting. Like you
yeah.
can just take a branch off a rose and stick it in soil and it'll root.
Oh, okay. I wonder if it'll grow this far south, the Floribunda. I have to tell you something. When I bought seeds, they sent me 2 seeds as a gift, bonsai seeds, and one sprouted yesterday. Cool.
Oh, fun.
Very cool. Oh, wait. Never had one of them, so I'm so excited. Yeah, you have to trim up. Oh, there's my GT. My brother came in. Make tea with tea roses. Oh,
Hey, GT.
good to see you, GT. Look up Coco Loco Rose. That's one I have too. It's very unique. Okay. I met Shawnee because she's a lot faster than I am. It's almost like she can read where you're going. so fast. But she's also much younger than us. I think she's still in her 30s. So
Oh, thanks for pointing that out.
yeah, I'm sorry. Hold on, I can't. Oh, okay. There's wow, these are gorgeous. Okay, wait a minute. That's Coco Brown. Coco Loco. Okay. Hold on. I don't know if I got a good one, if it's got other pictures on it. These dang. Stop it. The pop-ups are unbelievable.
Yeah, I just go right through Google and then click on photos and then there's no
yeah, this is bringing up Etsy where people can buy it. That's the only reason I'm doing it. So if they want to go and buy it, it's like right there on Etsy. This is just one seller. I don't like that they don't have multiple pictures because another one was a little bit darker than this. Does this look right, Gulf Coast Granny? Is it about this kind of it's almost like a peachy beige in some of the pictures. It's very neutral but gorgeous, really rich looking. The color is super. Yes, it is. It's right. It's like a super light coffee. Okay, this was one of the lighter pictures, so they must have edited it. The other ones were like cafe latte. How cool. You do have good taste. Oh, okay, wait. I forgot Serena can't. Okay, wait a minute. Like stop the screen. Yeah, they're really pretty. It was all cafe latte colors when I saw it. I wanted to repeat myself so Serena could see my lips. Must have roses grafted on nematode resistant. Oh yeah. Oh, darn nematodes. They just suffocate all the plants down here.
Well,
Be able to grow angel face in South Florida. Mother-in-law had roses in Bradenton. Okay, I'll have to look that one up too. But I want to look up that Floribunda was just so gorgeous. Because that archway was in memory of my dad. Was able to get that with, money my mom gave me for my birthday while she was still alive. And so I let her know that that's what I bought with it and that's what it was going to be for. Because it's for that and because I struggle with perfectionism, I froze on what to put over it. Right now, I've just got a little grape kind of growing and just struggling because I need to set up stuff for the grapevines. Write that one down. Angel face. I have so much homework to do.
yeah, tracking.
Flowers. I know. It's funny because I do research and then I have all my friends that know things about plants too and give me just more stuff to look up. Faster than a pretty looky. Yep. There you go. Got it. Okay. Yep. Faster than you already looked. Exactly. Okay. TN is sending Shawnee an email. That's her. Good. Oh, she was beautiful. Very unusual double milky chocolate colored rose. Wow. Fading to lavender. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I can imagine with how neutral everybody seems to like their houses. Like what a beautiful bouquet that would make in the house when you're going in the back and cutting some of them, bringing them in. I'm in the chat now. She wanted me to read her book. Oh my gosh, she woke up to get a book read to her. Aww. Maybe she had just something startled her. The buds and young flowers have tints of orange and lavender. As it matures, it gets lighter, like the photo you showed. Okay. Oh, wow. That sounds gorgeous. Yeah, I'm going to have to get Shawnee. I don't know if I have your email. I have your messenger. But that worked too with the Florida button just needs multiple roses on a single stem. Oh, okay. Yeah, then what was the name of that? The Floribunda. I forgot it already. The one that was so gorgeous. And I think I closed the window because I have so many open. I have to go back.
I can't think of it as.
Gulf Coast Granny, what was the Floribunda we looked up that you just made us all go gushing over?
The Coca Loco, or no, it was the other one before that, right?
The other one, but let me write down Coca Loco because that was incredible too.
I'll just scroll up and see.
Thank you. While you scroll up, I'll go down. Why was the rose glowing? She had a Bud Light. Ah!
Yeah.
Wood today to build a grape arbor. Oh, how nice. I'd rather build an arbor. I think that's why I'm like, yeah, that's that perfectionism. Like, that's not okay. I got this to do this. And then it's like, yeah, but I don't know if I want that now. I'd rather have a grape arbor. Grandiflora are huge and multi-flowers on one stem. Oh, okay. Why did the rose? Hold on, Serena. All right, so Grandiflora. Huge.
Angel Face, like Blue Girl, but it's the best smelling rose I have. So Angel Face was one of them.
Thank you.
Did you write that one down? And I thought, wasn't there?
I did. That's the.
Or
that
no,
was
maybe
the
that was the
Floribunda.
one.
That was it. Angel Face Floribunda. That was the one we looked up. Now she's got another one for me. My favorite climber is called Tangerine Skies. Oh my goodness. I'm like running out of room because I don't have my notebook. Always got to remember to set out a notebook for our chit chat. Oh, she said it right after you found it. Angel Face. Oh, what did I say? Oh no. I do that sometimes when I say things. Sorry. All right, let me go back. Why did the rose go to college? It wanted to become a Budweiser. You're so funny, Serena, that you think of those as we're having chit chat. Oh, good night, Glenn. Thanks again for coming in.
Good
Had a
night,
good
Glenn.
talk. Got
Good night,
good
Glenn.
info. While you go up. Yeah. Pause. That sound good. But yeah, those are some great varieties. Thank you. Let me look. Are you looking that one up that she just said, the tangerine skies? Or I'll get it.
No, I missed it. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm getting it. Tangerine. So how is your baby bird, even though she's not a baby when you put her down?
She's
Baby.
all right. Yeah, I you know, she still has some weight on her. She's she is liking her new life of hanging out with me. I think
bet.
like, or it's like, oh, I just walk around here and, you know, and look for things on the floor, and Maureen brings me treats, and we sleep in the same room. I think she's okay with that part. And we do go out. She still has some, like, she still has some weight on her keel. So she hasn't lost everything, but I am noticing that her tummy is, she's running there's a fever going on. So it could be something with her liver. You know, she's maybe I've fed her too many treats over the years, and it's finally getting up with her. So
yeah. Sometimes it can just be genetic. We had parallettes, and they can get that. And our female ended up getting it. Yeah, it's not easy. Not easy. All right, this is beautiful too. I have to just do a whole thing on roses and invite up Gulf Coast Granny and have Glenn come back up. And
ooh, this one's looking pretty.
Oh, stunning.
Wow.
Gorgeous. Look at this. Gorgeous.
Jeez.
Now I just
real. I'll put that's AI. Who are you trying to pull?
What? Huh?
No, it's not AI, because look at, you can see the cloud formations in the sky. So you know it's real.
Oh, a deep purple. Oh wow. GT, just let me know if you want to pop up. I'll always drop the link. I've got my thing, my side chat. What do you call it? Protected. Oh, and it's heavily scented. Okay, that one's going on the list too. And then I'll just pray over the list, I guess, because I only have so much room where I can put in roses with the sun. I actually need to go back and look up the thornless rose like David Corey was saying because of my son. What did Alaska? Wyoming. What did you ask her? What I can't catch that one. GT grows at Alaska. What did Alaska? Wyoming. I'm lost on that one. You do some that just go right over my head, Serena.
But I think you're right with the, what did I ask her?
Yeah.
Why? Okay,
I don't know. Yeah, Serena, explain that one to my late night mind. Because my regular mind would already have trouble, but now it's later and it's even more trouble. Okay, tangerines, guys, is heavily scented.
Crazy my hair is tonight.
Twilight.
What's up with that?
You just look young. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, you're fine. You look great in this new camera. Darn it.
Whoops.
Making us look older. Its own rose. Shrub. Floribunda. That's another Floribunda. Oh, here it is. Okay.
It's like cowabunga.
I know. It sounds so funny. It's fragrant. It's another fragrant rose. Okay, this one is from Heirloom Roses. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, hold on. I'm looking for the more pictures. I wish it would give me the option to enlarge it. like enlarge just the picture and not. Oh, stop! Damn it! Stop it! I'm fighting with my computer. Darn pop-ups. Smack. This is another website called Heirloom Roses. It's got like a little live video where it's actually twirling.
You need that browser.
Oh.
Those are really pretty.
You need that browser add-on. If you use Chrome, you could get ad blocker. It's free.
Right.
There it is. Yeah, this is. I have it on there though for when I do shop, which isn't too often on here. I tend to do it on my phone, but it reduces the price. It's like an add-on. I probably should
The
just take
colors
the
they
add-on.
come up with flowers is just phenomenal.
Yeah, these are gorgeous. Okay, here's.
Hello, lovely Samira.
Hi, lovely Samira.
Oh yeah,
Here's
he does want the link here. I'll bring it over. I'll put it in.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Where are we here? But that is the Twilight Zone one, $55. Wow. Oh, they're out. It seems like all the really gorgeous roses are like selling out. I know. How many roses exactly are we planting here?
And how big is the property?
Yeah.
Is there really a limit?
That's why I talk about moving so much, Barry, is because I want more property.
I understand that. I just have, you're my sister. I have to give you a hard time.
Of course. Of course. Samira, thanks for coming in.
Come on. I had 5 sisters. So I'm a pro
No,
at this.
that's true. I love my roses. Been growing them for 40 years. Oh, wow. That's
So
more spice.
basically what you need to do is,
I want angel face.
buy them all and then start propagating them and open your own store.
There we go. Yeah. Like David the Good says, open your own nursery. That's right. I got that book. I could read it sometime rather than just like letting it sit on the shelf. It's like I buy them and I'm like, I'll read that later. When? I don't know. When we don't have any like
Things to do.
Yeah, anything else to do.
Oh yeah. Or
Okay.
yeah. Or when they, yeah.
Yeah, when they cut the things.
I did put it in. I did put the link into
Oh,
our
he's
chat
in
here.
mine. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if it would go. I guess it wouldn't go. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay.
So when you have more time, that's about retirement age, I believe.
Right. If we get there. Okay, we got it both.
Yeah, I could have just emailed it to him, but I didn't.
Yeah, and Gold Coast Granny, if you're, in that kind of mood too, you're always welcome up. So is Marcel's always welcome too. Came in. Those are pretty. I think so too. Please welcome to the stage, GT Junior.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, GT?
Feeling like a villain. Yeah. So, episode today is one of my guys. He lost his wallet while he was traveling on the bus. He wanted to travel and he accidentally lost his wallet. And I'm thankful that he called as soon as he found out that he lost it. He's not going to find it, but at least he knew what to do, which is to call. And now we're still at the bus station. We've been here for about an hour. So yeah.
I hope you don't mind the bathrobe. There's clothes underneath.
No, come as you are.
My husband keeps it like a meat locker in this place.
That's a shame, GT. And poor guy's probably really upset or.
Yeah, and he went for a job about a month ago, so he still had his Social Security card.
Oh shoot! Oh, I pray it turns up. I really do. He lost it like on public transportation.
Well, he's confused, and there's some communication delays and things of that nature. So
it's hard to figure out. Yeah,
it's hard to pinpoint exactly, and I think some of it boils down to not wanting to be honest because he. And it's like, sometimes there's still little childlike behaviors as far as not being honest, because you might get in trouble because certain things you're not supposed to do, but you have free will. We can't stop you from doing things,
Right.
but you know that there's, we'll monitor you differently if we know the whole story. So we don't know if that's part of the issue as well. So but we're working it out.
Oh, yeah. I hope it does work out well. How's your little chicken house coming? Coop.
Oh my goodness. You talking about somebody that don't know how to build?
We all gotta learn sometime.
Okay. You can give me two 90-degree angles and I still won't make it square.
Oh wow.
Do you have a speed square?
I got a speed square. I got a slow square, turtle square. I got it all, but them numbers I'm talking about, I wrote down a number and it made sense. I was like, you know what? This gotta be algebra right here. I know I'm using algebra. And I put it together and I was like, wait a minute. But where's the exponent? I'm talking about I had it and I did it and I cut it correctly. And I was like, oh, I didn't do the part before there correctly. Yeah, it's a mess, but it's gonna work.
Right.
So that's
the main thing.
As long as it functions.
Right.
Yeah, as long as it functions.
Yeah. And do you do the method of measure twice, cut once?
I measured 5 times and I cut once and I still had to cut again.
Right.
Yeah. I'm a little remedial when it comes down to that, but that's okay. We all got our flaws.
We all gotta learn. It takes a while to learn, you know. Carpenters didn't become experts overnight. It takes practice.
I don't do the measurements. I leave it to Marissa. She's the smart one, and so she's the one that can math, and so she's the one that's helped us, be able to build all the different things that we've built. So cool. I'm really good with the drill and and making the pilot holes and putting things together, and cutting. But she prefers to cut.
I got all excited. I remodeled a house when we first got married.
Whoa! Wow.
Neither one of us knew a thing about remodeling a house, but we had to do it all ourselves, right?
Yeah.
There weren't enough bleeps on the Home and Garden channel.
Right? And what's with the half-hour crap and all the stuff they're leaving
I know,
out?
right? But we ended up, it took us, almost 6 years to get to every single room and redo it. But by the time we sold it, we moved because my husband retired from the military, but we lived in it all those years, 9 years. But by the time we sold it, it was absolutely gorgeous. And I was so proud of him because, he was the muscle. I was just the brains.
Right.
And except for the time that I hammered the tile off the wall in the bathroom.
Oh,
well, I didn't like that. It was blue and it was that old 1950s tile. And I was sick of it. And I said, honey, would you mind going and getting me the hammer? So he ran downstairs, goes in the garage, gets the hammer, brings it up to me. He says, what do you want this for? I said, watch. And I just started hacking at the tile with the, this end of the hammer, the claw.
Mm-hmm, the claw. Yeah.
And he goes, well, I guess we're getting a new bathroom.
That, if it's really old timey too, it's in mortar. It's even harder to get off the wall.
What they had done was they put a piece of, I don't know, sheetrock up, I guess, or some kind of backer board up and laid the tile over that. So believe it or not, it was fairly easy to get off. Once I got through, I could just pull the whole board off.
Okay. When you said
there was another board behind it.
When you said blue, that just reminded me of the mortar bed tile that's put up where they actually have the wire behind it. It's all mortar and it's thick and it's horrible to try and get through. We had that in my parents' old house, but they never redid those bathrooms. So, the person who bought it got a great deal on a 5-bedroom house, but she had to deal with those 1970s bathrooms and redo
Well, ever since then, he's probably built me 3 chicken coops, a she shed, I mean, he does whatever I ask. In fact, right now he's building a outdoor cat house for the stray cats in the neighborhood because
I love that.
I love the cats.
I saw a couple who did that. Did you get the idea from that one young couple who bought the house and they inherited like 17 cats with the property?
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
And they ended
That's
up
great.
They built them a little house for winter time. They were first just putting out, I guess, things outside for them, like dog houses or whatever.
Right.
And then they finally were like, okay, we're going to just build them a place of their own to keep them out of the winter weather. And yeah, they ended up, all these basically stray or feral cats ended up becoming their cats.
Right.
I think they got them fixed and everything.
Sure,
like,
yeah.
So
that sounds so neat. Well, that's kind of the idea. There's only a few that I've seen around here.
Right.
But they like my yard because I have a cat that lives outside and I have 4 cats in the house and we're a cat family.
And, oh my gosh.
Uh-oh.
No, good thing. I just saw it. It wasn't this high. This is my
I knew there's a reason I like you, Granny.
My Roselle is coming up.
Fantastic.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yay. Now let's see if it'll live and it won't fungus over and die. Let's see if I can keep them alive. I might just put it right outside on the patio bit by bit because it is a tropical. And not keep it in this room, this air conditioned, because it doesn't have light. I don't have any light. But yeah, I love that idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step down and just be in the bushes because I do need to get some sleep because 6:30 comes early and there's a lot of chickens that need my attention in the morning.
Okay, Mama. I totally understand. All right.
I will
see you.
Be listening. See you later.
I hope Daddy has a good night too, hon.
Good night, baby.
Good night.
Good night. Yeah, we're at 2 hours and 40 minutes. If anybody can hang in with me for just 19 more minutes, that would be great.
But what I wanted to say to GT was, you'll get good at it, and eventually it'll come easy to you.
Yes, exactly. Oh yeah, he popped down real quick too.
Yeah, he did.
He probably had his client that he had to talk to and deal with. Yeah, it does. It comes with time. I used to do a lot more handy woman stuff.
Right.
I haven't been able to do that, but I've been looking at this chicken wire mess that I had made to put around my bed where I had mustards that were growing to kill off the nematodes, and the rabbits were getting into my yard. So I'm like, no. And it's a hot mess now because it's just thrown to the back of the yard. And I'm like, I probably need to pick up some more 1x2s and I could just make some trellises out of that piece because I don't want it to go to waste. So, but it's just getting the saw out and everything and doing it and having the time to do it. But
I had the best time the other day. My daughter came over and took me to lunch, which was really nice,
Yeah.
But we went to a Chinese restaurant. It's a small, privately owned place. It's not a chain or anything.
Right.
And it's right down the street from me. And we were sitting there, and he has koi tanks in his lobby area, the waiting area. And I was admiring the koi, and I was looking at his filter system because I have a pond, and I'm thinking, water is so beautiful, blah, blah, blah. He walks out, the owner, and he says, oh, you're stealing my filter idea. And I said, well, yeah, I'm getting some ideas. I said, I like how you have 3 buckets instead of just 2. I said, all I have is 2. So I'm wondering. So he was explaining to me how he does his filters. And then he said to me, well, just wait a minute. And he went to the back and he came back out and he says, come, and wanted me to follow him.
Wow.
And so my daughter came with me. He took us out in the backyard of this restaurant that was fenced off. This man has a trellis all the way across his patio that's probably at least 20 feet long.
Whoa.
And it's growing squash all over it, different types of squash.
Oh my God.
I saw a bitter melon on the ground and it was yellow, and I asked him if I could take it. So he let me take it for the seeds. Well, then we go around this corner and he has built koi ponds back, and has over 300 koi in these little ponds, and he's raising them in there. And I was just, look, I was like a kid in a candy store, because if that's not my two favorite things, fish and gardening and cats.
Yeah.
You know, but
I'm
and crochet.
And I'm like, and yeah, I get it.
Crochet, cats, fish, and gardening, not in any particular order, just depends on the day, you know. But I was so happy and had the most wonderful time. And he was teaching me how to build a pond, and he was teaching me how to filter everything. Right. So that it was just so amazing.
Oh, wow.
Now
you got a new friend.
I know. Well, I'm going to try to talk him out of a few of those koi. Once I get a pond built. There
you go. Well, I mean, they mate, right? Like he gets other baby kois out of those kois, I would think.
I honestly, they don't look like they're big enough to mate, honestly. Most of them are small. He had one tank with really tiny ones about this big. And then he had another tank or pond. It's basically an above ground pond. And I guess the biggest one was maybe this big. And, you know, koi can get 30 inches
really
long.
Huge. Yeah.
So I would guess the biggest one that I saw was maybe 10 to 12 inches. Because, you know, in the water, it's hard to guesstimate.
Right. How do traffic lights communicate? They signal each other. Cute. What do clouds wear to formal events? Rainbows. Yes. I know. Perfection Baking is still on that. A 20-foot trellis
and available.
Single. Is he available?
I honestly don't know.
Right. And owns a restaurant, Perfection Baking. Mm-hmm. Right.
It was a pretty amazing sight to see all this squash hanging off of that trellis. It was pretty phenomenal. And I've
never seen that except for maybe like loofah.
Yeah, he had some of those. He had the bitter melon. He had the Rampa something. Oh, God.
Oh, is it Rampa the Italian one?
The zucchini type.
Yeah.
What else did he have? There were a few. And they were all planted on the backside and growing over toward the building. So,
wow.
It was so amazing.
That's so cool.
So, of course, I got ideas and came home and told Poppy about it and said, hey, I need a trellis. And here's how I want you to do it.
I wanted 20 feet and be like,
that's why he keeps me without a car. And no, I'm teasing. I can't drive because of my vision problems, but I always tease people and say that he keeps me at home barefoot without a car and a bunch of kids because he doesn't want me to go anywhere and get any more ideas. So,
hey, Pinterest is at home. You can come up with 20.
I know.
YouTube and Pinterest can do a guy in. Like
yes,
if they're a project man. What were you going to say,
right
Barry?
Back. I'm choking to death over here.
Yes. Go get a drink, please. What were you going to say, Barry, about that?
I don't know. I already said it.
Why did hold on, let me bring that up. Why did the banana go out with the prune? It couldn't get a date. Ew. Oh, I wish I had some dates. I like dates a lot. They're yummy.
Yeah, I can't get a date either. I feel just like him.
Good banana. Good
I'm not looking anyway, so.
Right. That's when it usually happens, when you're not really looking. That was like when my husband and I first dated. We didn't date. We met and he had just promised God he was not going to date anybody for 6 months. I think it was. But it was good because we got to know each other during those six months as friends. But still, it was crazy. I was like, you did what? I'm like, you're not supposed to make contracts with God like that. He's like, yeah, I know. I got to fulfill on it. I'm like, yeah. But then he went on a mission trip to Haiti. And when he came back,
lovely.
Barely dated.
Isn't it funny how he made the promise and then all of a sudden there you were?
There I was.
You know?
Well, I'm like, was I temptation or was I meant to be? Like, I don't know which one.
God
She'll
said,
never
let's see
tell
how
on
serious
herself.
you are about this promise.
Welcome back, Diva in the dirt. I hope you're
Yay.
doing okay, honey. What's the
Hey,
difference between an
Janine.
old penny and a new dime? I don't know. What is it? Like 9 cents? Not sure. One has more sense? I don't know. Tell me, Serena. Don't leave me hanging. But yeah, all those roses were gorgeous. And you've been like just had rose gardens for that long? Like for 40
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't have very many. All I have are the ones that I told you about. I do have a couple more. I have one named Meredith. It's a real pale pink, and I got it because my daughter's that's one of my daughter's names.
Oh.
And
I
have another one.
I got it right.
You got it right.
I got it right. Finally. Yay. Oh, wow. Perfection baking. I just found out about digital glasses, which can give some nearly blind 20/20 vision.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing.
That is.
Is it made by like how Google has their glasses? Is it made with like an AI or something in the glasses?
Or maybe like a cochlear implant?
Yeah, but for your eyes? Ooh, where do they stick that?
Ooh, I don't want to know.
I don't want to know. Thank you, Serena.
But I have a few other roses, but those are my favorites right now. When I lived in Virginia, I had a rose garden with over about 35 roses in it.
Oh my gosh.
And
that's a lot of money sitting in your yard.
It is. It was.
Yeah. Oh my. Did you dig some of them up and take them like with you when you guys moved?
No.
Wow. They hit the lotto. I wonder if they knew.
I don't know if they did or not. Well, I believe they did. If it was me, I would have felt like I hit the lotto, but I don't think they appreciated them like I did.
Yeah.
But I couldn't pack them all up and bring them with me, so I just left them.
Right. Right.
There
Well, then it was time.
Then
you got to look at new collections and new roses that way. I know with my yard, well, we have, a smaller yard. For me, it's like I'm constantly going, oh, why did I put that there? I want to move that over there. Maybe I should move that there because there's just such limited space. Like I'm trying to figure out what's the best use of my little limited yard.
Well, my front yard is covered by a probably 200-year oak tree.
Wow.
So it can't, there's no light.
No, you can't.
Nothing
It shades everything out. It would be a shade garden, if anything.
Right.
Oh, that's another one we can do.
But my backyard, all the oak trees are at the back of the yard.
Uh-huh.
And it's only, if I had to guess, I'd say 50 feet across and 40 feet deep, maybe 50 feet deep. So it's not very big at all.
Oh, okay.
And we want to get a pool next summer.
Oh, there he goes. There goes that yard. Okay.
Well, it's just a above ground pool,
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to figure out how to move my garden to the edges of the yard and put the pool in the center by the back door.
Yeah.
And so we're going over that in our heads. I've bought a whole lot of new garden beds because the termites ate all of my wooden ones. So I'm changing over slowly to metal beds.
Right.
And I just found a great deal on Amazon, $39.99 for the 4x2 foot by 17 inches tall. Because I like the taller beds.
Yeah, I do too.
And they were $39.99. So I ordered 4 of them. And I had $70 worth of fetch points. So basically I paid $90 for four garden beds.
Nice.
And it was a deal, really.
Okay, I don't know anything about Fetch, so it will.
Oh my goodness. Okay, it's an app you put on your phone. You take a picture of your receipts, and it gives you points back.
Oh, okay.
And the points are worth money, so every 1,000 points is worth $1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I had like 70,000 points.
So that's $70.
So $70. I actually have more than that, but I left some in there.
Wow, that's cool.
And I scan every single receipt, every single one. You'll have to check it out. If you have an email, I'll send you a little link to it.
Okay.
And we'll both get a little bonus because.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's on my about page, but it's
okay.
South Florida Sunshine 777 because somebody had already taken that Gmail. So it's South Florida Sunshine 777 at gmail.com. So you can just send it there. Plus, it's my emptiest one so far because it's new, and I'll probably see your email.
Yeah.
Email.
Come empty mine out, please.
I know. Come empty like all
you know
three.
what? I'll have to do it with my phone.
Why were the plants drunk? They had too much root beer.
I love root beer.
That's cute. I know. I miss going to the family reunions, and the adults would drink the real keg of beer, and we would get birch beer.
Oh,
there in PA. Oh, it's so good. It's called it's called East Sight Eyewear. Another less effective called Iris. I looked them up after using my phone camera to find my glasses. Oh, wow. Yeah, I've used my phone camera before for in place of glasses.
Shoot, I've used it to put on lipstick.
Oh. Yeah, I did that too. I know, wasn't that good, Diva? That was funny, Serena. What is the oldest fruit? Adam's apple. Yes, that is the oldest fruit. That's good. That's a good one. Yeah, I've never been great with roses, but it's because I think I tried the tea roses and they might not have even been for here because I got them at the big box store.
Tea roses are the whiners of the rose world.
Oh, they're the whiners. I like that. Like, I've got a fungus again. Please.
Yeah. Well, they all look. If you expect to grow roses in Florida and not get black spot, you're delusional.
That's what it's called. I couldn't think of the name of it. It's like it's black.
It's going to happen. It is going to happen. And I'll tell you what I use. I've never had a rose bush die from it.
Okay.
But I use a product called Bayer All-in-One. It is not organic. It is not food safe. It is not anything, but it does work on my roses, and that's the only place I use it. Okay. It's a feed, a systemic antifungal, and a systemic bug killer, basically.
Oh, okay.
It takes care of Japanese beetles.
Oh, wow.
Which are the arch nemesis of roses.
Yeah. I'm going to have to be careful now where I put the archway, though, because of my soursop. My soursop is right there.
Oh, shoot.
Is there anything else that's more like a little bit of not pesticide oriented?
Oh, I'm sure there is, but I just don't use it. So I don't. Yeah, I'm sure there is. It's just that this has always worked for me.
I love her roses, Shawnee.
Yes, she has beautiful roses. She sure does.
I haven't actually seen her new ones. I just remember from the old place that she had that one growing.
That was Tangerine Skies.
Was that? Okay.
Over the arbor, over the entrance, that was Tangerine Skies.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Oops, I missed this one. Why was the garden high? Because of all the weeds.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. South Florida Sunshine 777.
South Florida Sunshine 777. Yep. 3 7s. I thought I'd make it extra lucky or blessed, whichever.
Whichever word you want to use.
Whichever you want to use. But yeah, I was so bummed. I was like, okay, that's taken. I don't know if my .com was taken, my name. But I know people who purposely do that though too. Like they go
they'll go and get it so you can't have it.
Yeah. They'll look at YouTube channels or other places where people are using certain names, and then they'll go to the .com and wait for you to come looking for it. But I don't need that yet. I don't know if I will need it. We'll see.
The email just then.
Thank you, Mama. Appreciate it.
You are very welcome. I recommend that to everybody because it's free money. I mean, you're going to spend the money anyway on your groceries and you can do any receipt, even if you go out to eat, even if you go to Walgreens and pick up some potato chips, you can still scan the receipt.
Oh, you know what? I might have it now that I see it.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if I signed up for it yet.
Okay.
So it might just take me to the app that's on my phone, and I don't know. They might still let me use your thing.
It's okay. Don't worry about that. I'm not concerned about the little referral code or anything. I just really recommend that everybody get it, because if you're going to spend the money anyway, you might as well get $1 back every so often, or 25 cents, and they add up. It's like found money on the street or sidewalk.
Yeah. Well, that's like how we did Disney. I mean, before all this stuff came out about Disney, that's how we did our Disney trips. Is we have a Disney Visa, and we get $1.
You had cash back or whatever.
Yeah, they cash back for the trips and for whatever. When you're up in Disney, it pays for it. And right now, we could take a really, really nice vacation if we ever get the time, because since maybe 2019, it's been kind of building. I think they went up maybe for a day trip one day, but the only problem is like, oh my gosh, I looked up the ticket prices now, even for Florida. Yeah, it's like it was like going to be over 350, because they only let you do 1 or 3 day as a Florida resident.
Right.
So it was like really crazy amount of money.
My daughter just took her younger sister to Disney for her birthday in June. Just a girl trip, sister trip. And they had the most wonderful time. And it was good to see them. It was good to see them do that.
See them bond that way.
Yeah.
And do that.
They are so different. And they, since they've been adults, they've just gone different directions. Not that we don't all get together on Christmas and, holidays, and she goes and sees her niece and nephew on the regular, but still it was nice they both have husbands. They can't go anywhere without the husbands, all that stuff. So for the two of them to get off by themselves and just be sisters, it was really nice.
That is really nice. I would love a girls trip, even, not my sister.
Me too.
Definitely, actually, not my sisters. I don't have that. No.
My middle daughter, who's, I think she's around 35 or so. She was born in 89. So.
Okay. I know. I do that too. I have
to
do the counting and everything. And you have way more than I do. And I have to do like.
She actually just turned 36 in June, because her sister's 39. No. She'll be there. She's 35. Sorry.
That's okay. I just put my daughter's birth date for my own. I'm listening, and I'm also filling out the fetch thing.
But she just called after she got back from Disney. She went back to work, blah, blah, blah. She just called me the other day on her way home from work. She's like, "You're not going to believe this."
Maureen's helping you. She's 35.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Maureen.
She's got 5. She knows what it's like.
But she says, "Guess where I'm going?" I said, "Where?" She says, "I'm going to Universal Studios." Well, the week before last, she called me and said, "You're not going to believe this, Mom." She's very excited. Justice, her husband, Justice is his name. Justice bought us a cruise.
Wow.
We're going to Key West and the Bahamas and somewhere else.
Nice.
I'm like, "When you leaving?" She said, "November." So here she is. She's been to Disney in June.
Nice.
She's going to Universal in the next couple of weeks. And then in November, she's going on a cruise.
Oh, fun for her. That's
I said, "Girl, you are living the life."
Right?
And she said, "It's about time. I spent too many years in college not to."
Right. Right. Can basil pesto be made, then frozen, or do you just put the basil in the ice cube trays, packing them in and covering with oil to freeze? Think we had this.
I don't know.
Well, I'm not sure how the nut base would freeze, but my nuts, I actually put them in the freezer for them to keep.
Put pecans in the freezer.
Yeah, I would think it would be fine. You could put the pesto and freeze it right in the same way. You could put it in the ice cube trays.
Serena, Google is your friend.
Yeah, Google it. Double check.
Double check that.
There's more information.
Shawnee's saying both will work.
Oh, Diva said she has one born in 89 too.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought both would work too, Shawnee.
Yeah.
But the pesto one threw me for a second, because we just hit 3 hours. But it's like, I'm glad you came up. Anytime we're like on, you're welcome up. you're absolutely,
Thank you.
just so you know, like, just, hey, I'd like to come up. I don't know how we could do it. Like,
well, you
like,
you have my email now, so you can email me a link, and that way
oh,
you're not exposing yourself to,
yeah,
you
I
know.
just got to shift it over to my other email that I email those things out to because I have like 3 or 4 of them now.
Oh,
Thanks
I
to
see.
YouTube.
I see.
It was a really nice change to have Carol and then Shawnee on my live the other night. So I appreciate that if I didn't say it before.
Oh, yeah, I was glad I could come up
Oh,
that
it's
night.
nice to kick back with the guys, but it also is nice to have some pretty faces on there too.
Sure.
So,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, thank you. That was sweet to say. Wait a minute. Enter referral code. That's what was in the email, right?
Uh-huh.
For Granny, she can come up too.
Yay. Hold on, let me see if I can. Oh, great. I don't know if it's going to back me all the way out and make me do it again. What did this? My phone just went into all kinds of places it didn't need to go into. I do not understand what just happened there. It opened all kinds of things instead of just your referral.
Oh.
Technology.
It's not giving me a code. It's just your link links
It's,
me to fetch, but it's not
I'll
showing
tell
me.
you what the code is.
Okay,
I'll
give me
just
that
tell it
code.
to you.
Sorry, guys. We're just taking a moment here.
And if anybody else wants to use the same code, they are welcome to do so. Hang on.
It's on this. It's on this app. It's called Fetch.
It's XU
Capital.
3. Well,
Okay.
I don't think it matters, but yes, they're all capital.
XU3.
XU3 KR.
KR. Now you'll get a little kickback.
You'll get 1,000 extra points, which is just $1, but still.
Okay.
And you'll get it when you scan your first receipt. And all you have to do is take a picture of it and make sure the date.
Okay. Is it any receipt at all that you?
Any receipt.
Oh, okay. Receipt. But like if you're shopping for these particular things,
then you get more points.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That was the thing I left out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
That's all right. That's what I'm talking about, guys. It just, when I opened it, it showed me different products, and that's good.
Right.
I get Burt's Bees sometimes for my son. I love their oil, the apricot based oil.
Oh yeah. I like Burt's Bees products.
So good.
I used to buy the pomegranate lip balm.
Yes.
And my daughter would, when she was a little tiny girl, not even 2 yet, she would steal it from me, find it wherever I had lain it, and eat it. It was good to her.
The lipstick?
And I'm like, yeah, I gotta start hiding this because I don't need her getting backed up or something, from.
Oh my goodness. Words of the wise fool. Everything I do not know, I am unaware of. Therefore, I know everything. Sign me the wise. Yes, I've met some people like that. Yeah. Yeah. Who are the wisest college students? Rice owls. Rice owls? A rice owl. Did I miss something with the word rice? Was rice supposed to be there?
Rice is a college.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's it.
Maybe that's it. I don't know.
We're the FAU owls.
FAU,
we used to have this
agricultural university.
Yeah,
I don't know FAU.
Yeah, I haven't frozen any yet. I'm gonna have to do that. It's just I like it and my husband doesn't.
See, I'm not a huge fan of pesto either.
Yeah. My husband
love some hummus.
I like the a different type of bean, like in my hummus. I want to like pinto beans are easier for me to digest.
Okay. Yeah.
For some reason, garbanzo beans I can have what is that? The fried, where they make it into a dough and they fry it. The balls, they're like a dough ball, but it's made with
falafel.
Yes, I can eat a falafel. They don't bother me, but hummus it causes inflammation.
I bet if you used pinto beans too, it makes it a lot creamier, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have tahini. I haven't tried. Like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make a recipe and see. I've had it before, but then realized that it was like half and half. Like they slid some garbanzo beans in there with it.
I see.
Yeah, so I want to try it with just Owls are wise birds. Yeah, I know, but you put rice. Okay, so it is Rice University. Okay.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Because I'm an FAU owl, Serena. I went to school where we were the owls also. Anyway, guys, thanks in the side chat for hanging out with us this long. I really appreciate you. You're really helping my hours. I am like 500 away and a few more from finally the 4,000.
That'll go by
my
quickly
hours
for you.
too.
Yeah. Huh? What was that?
What'd you say, Barry?
So you're helping my hours too.
Yes, we're helping Barry. So did you hit your 3,000 yet?
I'm so close. It's killing me.
You're like real close, aren't you? So
You're like
hopefully this will push you
100
there. I hope it'll push you there.
I doubt it.
Wow.
I'll turn your playlist on before I go to sleep, Barry.
Storm, you have 98 views on that super long live stream. Wow.
Are you kidding me?
That's awesome.
Yeah, last Sunday's was like 5 hours. I didn't even realize it until the end. I'm like, oh my God.
Wow. Yeah, that'll definitely help your hours. Woohoo! And yours too. That's right, girl, because you still have yours listening. All right, guys. Much love. We will catch you later.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Barry.
We'll see you over at Divas,
Barry.
hopefully 10 p.m. Eastern, and over at Barry's on Sunday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate you all. Appreciate everybody I had on panel tonight too. Thank you so much for coming up. I probably should name them all, but let's see. We had Glenn come up from How to Garden. Homestead Aquarius came up for a quickie. I'm going to leave it there at that for him. Steven in the Dirt. Shawnee from Shawnee Grows. We had GT Jr. Grows in Alaska. Of course, Gulf Coast Granny, our like Rose Queen. No, it's okay, GT. I knew you were dealing with stuff. It's all right. I'm so grateful you can just pop in and pop up on here when you can. GT, see if you can get Mike's if he'll do like a hydroponic live, you and him over here, and talk about hydroponics on a budget, like hydroponics on a budget. I would love to have you. All right, everybody. Yes, please go and see Diva in the Dirt tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern. Then we'll be over at Barry's, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, Sunday night. Talk to y'all later. Thank you. God bless you. See you guys later. Bye.